That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
My brother and I finally, we just started, you can pull this mic up too. We created our own server so we could control it a little more because we were sick and tired of getting wiped, you know. We build up something,
no doubt. And then somebody comes in and just shits on you.
Yes, everything's dead, everything's destroyed. So we create our own server and we've been doing that. But we were talking the other day, like Ark is so expansive that you could play, like you could just fly around the map and have a good time.
Yeah, do nothing. You go and tame like a pterodactyl, whatever it is, and just fly around, mess around,
just chill.
And that's what. And well, it's funny you say because my buddies were, because that's kind of so. I remember they were like trying to get me into like, hey, come play this game. Like this game is so fun, it's so fun. And I was like, bro, like it doesn't tell you to like do anything. Like you just you spawn in and like you have to figure out everything on your own.
Oh my god, yes.
You just have to play. I'm like, dude, this shit sucks.
Right.
Well, then finally, like they're like convinced me we're getting into it. And we're playing a bunch of it, and then some random dude. And I didn't realize it's like a whole like server.
Yes.
And like this is like when I first started getting into these kind of games.
Yeah.
So like some random guy like shows up and has like a 5 tame massive fucking dinosaurs, starts shitting on us, and we're like, dude, what the hell is going on? Like,
and there's nothing you can
do.
There's
nothing. You're just there. They have so much more advanced stuff, and you're like, I mean, I don't really like. I have a baby dinosaur. Like, I'm dead.
And it's dead.
Yeah, and it's dead, and then you have to start over.
Right. And you can only come back into your bed. Like you can only respawn so many times. Now you're respawning like random places along the beach, and you're like trying to get back to your house.
Just trying to figure out where you mapped everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just part of the Ark experience. So I mean, like everybody goes through that, but it sucks so bad.
Yeah,
especially when you have like something to lose.
And like, well, it's funny because you're talking about like it was so funny to me because that's how we started, right?
Yeah.
You start in it, you're having so much fun, all of a sudden somebody shits on it, this game sucks, and you don't play it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But then you come back to it and you build everything back up.
Yes.
Well, then I had a buddy, he's like, you know what? Fuck this. And he became the guy that was going to other people's servers.
He became a grifter.
Yeah, and started messing everybody's stuff up. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
it's so funny. I know you've played because I've done the same thing where we built and we got destroyed. We quit for a while and then kind of trickle back in.
It kind of sounds fun.
Yeah, I started building again. Like, oh yeah, this game is fun. And then something happens and you get pissed. And I remember, I mean, we didn't do it for too long, but my brother Casey and I were like, let's go grift. Like, let's go destroy something.
Yeah. People keep fucking our stuff up.
Yeah.
We're going to fuck people's stuff
So we
up.
just hopped into a server one time, just randomly, and just, caused a little chaos. We didn't make it very far.
Well, the funny thing is, there's been a couple of times where you're like the grift, you're like, oh yeah, we're going to join the server, we're going to message people up. And you join, and they just completely, like, just smash you. And you're like, oh yeah, I wasn't ready for that.
Some of those bases are so well protected with the turrets and everything, and you're like, and you just get nailed.
So Rust... Excuse me, sorry. In Rust, it's funny because like you have like guns, you have rocket launchers, and like so people build up. There's like a YouTube video of it. There's this guy. He like goes around and he's like pretends like he's a new guy, and he goes basically he finds clans that are bad.
Oh yeah.
And he'll be like, hey, like I'm trying to join like a new blah blah blah. Like, can I join you guys, whatever? And they're like, oh, it's a new guy, and they bully him, whatever, and they kill him. Well, then he comes back like 30 people deep, and they just raid their base.
I think I've seen that video because it's the kids.
Yes. And then they're like
trash
talking. Oh, this guy's back. Let's kill him. And then they open the door, and next thing you know, there's like 20 people rocket launchers.
Yeah.
And they're
and they're begging him. They're like, please, mister, please.
Don't destroy our base. And they're like, he's like, no, I tried to ask you.
He kills them one by one.
There's like another one where somebody made like a Saw game. Saw.
God.
So they have like 20 rooms, and all these like they invite this clan. This clan thinks they're about to raid this base, and then they all get locked in. He's just killing them all off, one by one, and it's hilarious.
That is so funny, Casey. So we started out as single players, and then learned that way for a while, and then we're like, well, let's join a tribe, and some of those like back in the day on those servers. This was probably 2016, 2018. Yeah. Dude, those tribes were enormous. Yeah. And that's all they did.
Yeah, they didn't play anything else.
They didn't play anything else. One our alpha tribe was called the Citadel, and they were all from Brazil. So I could talk to the one dude. His name was Xanthus, and because he could speak English, but the rest of them didn't speak English.
Nothing.
And they're like, we're Brazilian. We this is all we do. And it's like, but he ended up joining a tribe, like a big mega tribe.
Yeah.
On some other server, and then one day he's just like, fuck these guys. And so he starts like letting the dinosaurs loose and dumping all their resources.
Just messages completely terrorizing.
just covert.
Who's doing it? I have no idea.
So funny enough, like in the chat, you can see like your tribe chat and everything, and then the global chat. In the chat, he's like dumping all the resources. He's letting dinosaurs go, and then the tribe leader in the chat's like, "Who the fuck is Felix?" And that's when he was like, "Oh no!" And
I fucked up.
So the whole tribe is looking for him, like running around. I don't think he made it very far, but
but that's hilarious.
It's one of the funniest stories. Like, who is Felix? But yeah, dude. Yeah. Surely you play Madden?
Here and there. No,
like,
I play more NCAA right now than I do Madden.
It's like
that's why. Well, I brought it up. I'm in a money league.
Okay.
So it's like a money, like you paid X amount of money to get in the league. And then
for
you play,
the NCAA?
Yeah, for NCAA.
Okay.
And you play your season, and you make the playoffs, you get your money back. If you win your conference, you get X amount of money. You win the natty, you get this money out of the pot, right?
You're playing online?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm in, first off, it's the off season, so I'm in like 6-7 online dynasties. All these dynasties are like 20 plus guys at least. The money one's full, 32.
What kind of money are we talking about?
Depends on the league. So like my main, like the one that I play a bunch is a $100 buy-in.
Okay.
So you start looking, you start getting towards the end, you're looking at like $400-$500 pot if you want
bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
And then how long would it last? Like when would?
So like right now we're in year 3, so it continues.
Oh.
Because you can recruit. You do all that, you know what I mean?
So, like, would it last days? The league
lasts? Yeah. It's like a 48-hour advance. So every 48 hours it gets advanced.
Okay.
You've got, like, user games you got to schedule, play with your user.
No way.
You're recruiting against all these other people.
So you have games scheduled? Like, you have basketball games scheduled?
Well, football. So I was watching because 2 of the guys that I'm in the league with, they've had, like, beef. Like they've been talking shit to each other,
right?
And so it's kind of like built up to this. They're finally playing.
Oh,
they haven't played once,
right?
Like that's the funniest part about it is that we're in year 3 of this league,
right?
They haven't played once, but they've played like mutual people.
Oh, right.
And I think what happened was one guy beat one of the other guy's buddies. And was like talking trash to him, so then he jumps in, starts talking trash back. Well, now there's like legit beef, and it's hilarious. I mean, like they don't know each other.
You don't know them either.
Yeah, half the people in this league, I have no idea who they are.
Oh, right.
I don't like. I literally have met them through a Discord,
right?
And literally just joined, just trying to make some money and play the game.
Whoa.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's funny because these 2 people, they don't know each other.
Yeah.
They have no idea who each other are, but they are full on like, you fucking suck, fuck you idiot, dude. Like just completely going at each other.
Huh.
Whoa. They just played, and the guy. And the first guy ended up winning by 1.
Oh my god!
So I immediately knew. So the whole entire chat, you've got 30 guys in here. Everybody's blowing it up,
right?
Like, like going crazy, right? So then the other kid was like so mad, or whatever, and said double or nothing. And so they were running it back when I got in here.
Right.
But it was like a 10-point game when I looked. So that's why I was cracking up. That's what immediately made me ask, but the things because these guys they literally have no idea who each other are,
right? Yeah.
But because we all play a video game, we literally talk to each other every day,
right?
Acknowledge, see how everybody's doing every day. It's hilarious. But I have no idea who they are in real life.
Really? On the mic, point that at you a little bit more. Yeah, there you
go. Right there.
Yeah,
cool.
It's usually like a fist away.
My bad.
No, you're good. So do you get to know these guys?
Yes.
Some of them, I guess, more than others. Maybe you don't want to know all of them.
No doubt. But it's funny because, that's how I joined. So that's how I joined 2 of the other leagues I'm in. It's because I met some guys in these other league. They end up being pretty cool.
Right.
Well, then, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I joined their league. So it's funny because there's like, I started off in this league, and it's super funny. It's called VFL-FL, and it's like 20. So this is how I got into the league. So I had a teammate from Mizzou, and he lives in Cali, which is even funnier. And I was in his league. Well, then him and 2 of his buddies from his league had joined this league.
Okay.
And there was like a whole lot like, my guys are better than your guys. No, my
yeah.
guys are better than yours. Blah,
Right.
blah, blah. Well, I ended up winning in my boys' league. So hey, bro, we need you to join this league to shit on these
You
guys.
proved yourself.
Yeah, like, we need you, bro. Like, come back and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, cool. So, like, I joined the league, and I immediately, like, joined the league. It's on site. I'm just talking trash.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys suck. Like, blah, blah. We're gonna whoop y'all's ass. Whatever. Well, it's funny because now we're like in year and so I joined the league when they were going into year 3.
Okay.
We're like in year 7. I won 3 with the Natties, though,
excellent.
yeah, you know what I mean.
Beautiful.
Nebraska's back on the map.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
nice.
But what was funny was because I originally joined the league because my boys wanted me to talk shit to these guys, and we were all talking smack, whatever. Well, now we're in like year 7, and I like talk to these guys like every day, like we've been boys for our whole entire life.
That's cool.
So it's like I like a couple of them, like we've like interacted on social media, like we
Yeah.
follow each other on Instagram, X, Twitter, whatever now, and like we'll like chat, keep up with each other, see what's going on. Like one of the guys just got like a job,
nice.
promotion, let the group know. Everybody's, oh hell yeah,
Right.
bro, like congrats. I've got guys that are asking me about free agency, see how things are going. So yeah,
Right.
it's funny because like you join trying to talk shit, and now we're like internet boys. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, the ARC was the same way back in the day on the official servers.
Oh yeah.
You would see the names, like our neighbor was named Shades.
Hey, I am so sorry.
go
I had
for
to
it.
take this real
Yeah,
quick.
go for it, dude.
It's my bad. Hello. Sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate it. You too. But
Getting a new refrigerator.
yeah,
Sweet.
Michaela, my fiance, her birthday was yesterday. And
Got her a refrigerator?
I got her.
Bro, how much did she love that?
Well, she doesn't know yet.
Oh, yeah.
So that's like the
Okay.
best part of it all.
All right.
And so I got it scheduled for Thursday, and so I've been waiting for them all day to call me to tell me
like
because I don't know what time it was coming.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I've told her, I'm like, hey, like
You-
I need you out of the house
Oh,
all
really?
day Thursday.
You
know what
guys
I
in
mean?
there like to the spa or
I'm like,
something?
yeah,
Go
I'm
get your nails done.
I'm like, go do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Right.
I just need to get the fuck out of the house.
Right,
It's
right.
like, I don't care what it is.
Right.
So I literally I've been waiting for that call all day.
No, dude, you're
and
good.
so they finally, I was
You're
like,
good.
who's calling me right now? I was like, oh shit, yes.
The gifting of appliances to your significant other is very low key underscored.
So
It's crazy.
what's funny is I'm sure she's gonna watch this at some point, but so she's been asking me for a fridge for about a year now,
Okay.
and now
What's wrong with your fridge?
Well, so that's the thing. So there's nothing wrong with our current fridge other than the fact that the ice machine doesn't work anymore.
Okay.
So we don't have ice.
Okay.
So if we want ice or we want anything, we have to go buy like bags of ice.
Oh, it's a pain.
And so yeah, it's a super big pain. We have a freezer in the garage that we like keep the ice in, but then you have to like
Right.
thaw it out a little bit.
Right.
So that's like you want like a
Instant.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't have any.
Yeah.
Well, she loves like ice. So we have like bags of like Sonic ice at the house all
yeah,
the time.
yeah, right.
Well, and so the ice just went out. So she was wanting a fridge and she wanted a new fridge because she wanted like our appliances to match, whatever. And then our fridge is like the only one that didn't match.
Okay.
And so
I understand this
yeah.
completely.
And so then the ice machine went out finally. And so then she's like, "Oh, look,
It's time.
It's time. Let's get a new fridge." And I was like, "We don't need a new fridge. Like, we're fine. Like,
Right.
We got ice. We'll just keep getting ice out of it. We're good.
Right.
We'll be fine."
It's like the most man answer.
Yeah,
ever.
and so then finally, like her birthday's coming up. I've been asking her, like, "What do you want for your birthday?" She's like, "I don't really know." And I was like,
Wait a minute.
"You already told me." I was like, "I'm gonna get the fridge.
That's
I'm
amazing.
gonna get a fridge."
Yeah. What'd you get?
So, I don't even know. She sent it to me like a
Oh,
long
she
time
did.
ago.
She
Well,
picked
so we got like custom cabinets in our house.
Yeah.
So our fridge is like fitted in.
Right.
And so whenever like she was like, I was like, okay, like send me some so I know for sure it fits.
Right,
Like, I don't
right.
want to go and measure and I'm like
No.
off like an inch or something, and then they
Oops.
come in to install it and it doesn't fit. I'm like, oh
Yeah, right.
shit.
No,
So,
that'll be good. She'll love that.
It'll be dope. It's
Yeah.
it's a fridge that she asked me for a while ago, and it's coming in.
That'll
When I
be good.
got it, it'll be dope.
She'll love it, dude. I remember buying my wife a washer and dryer.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Like, I had no idea how excited she was going to be. I bought that woman a lot of things in my life.
Yeah.
But when I was like, yeah, I got this, I don't know, Samsung, or I don't even know what
Yeah.
they looked nice.
Yeah.
She just like exploded. I couldn't even.
This is the best day ever.
I know. I was like, what is happening right now? I should have done this a long time ago.
Well, so our first house that we had when we were here, we had this washer and dryer or whatever, but our dryer was our washer and dryer were both, she had to like bend over and get whatever. And so she always would like complain about it.
Yeah.
And I didn't really realize like it was that big of a deal. Or whatever. I'm like, we just need to wash the dryer.
You're not doing
I don't do it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
Well, then when we moved into our new house and we got a new washer and dryer, she was like, no, I want like this specific one. And it won't hurt my back as much, like blah, blah. And I was like, okay, like whatever.
Sure, right.
And there you go. It doesn't hurt the back anymore. She loves it. It was the best day ever. And she got this lift for it. And I'm like, just wash your dryer, but
dude, when you do it every day, I mean that's when you
I'm not gonna sit here and act like I do laundry at all at this point. I'm gonna be very. She takes care of the house.
You got your league to focus on, man.
Yeah. I mean, she's doing laundry. I'm playing NCAA.
Right. Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
Dude, that's great. Yeah. Back onto the leagues and whatnot. Are you streaming those?
So I stream.
Okay.
I stream all my games. Well, and that's a whole funny thing is because like I remember like when streaming came out, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a streamer. Like everybody's gonna watch my stuff. I'm gonna blow up, and then I'm just gonna stream all the time.
Right.
And so then I was like, and
I had a similar thought.
Yeah. And so then I was like, you know what? Like I'm not gonna stream. Like streaming's not fun.
Well, but it's tough when you have to do it.
So for one of our leagues, it's a requirement.
Oh.
They want us to stream our games,
the matches.
Yeah, so that everybody can either watch them, whatever. Right. Some guys take it to a whole nother level. I'm not even like. I'm talking about some dude sent a picture in our league the other day for giving breakdowns for opponents. Like he goes back and rewatches the streams like it's film study.
Oh wow!
And I was cracking up because I'm like I do film study like for football.
For serious,
for real football.
Yeah.
And like this guy's sitting down like breakdown. He's like, if he's like in gun bunch right, he's got these 3 plays he runs. He checks into this play. This is the best defensive front to line up again, and I need to call cover 3. And I'm like, that's insane.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, it's like, and this grand scheme thing, it's sick. Right. But I was like, bro, that's crazy.
And I don't have the time to do it.
Yeah.
That's cool you're doing it?
Yeah, like.
Can you do my opponent next?
Yeah, I'm like, bro, you're doing like. You need to get in the front office in the NFL. Right. They would love these breakdowns.
Right.
It was hilarious. But it's funny because that's one of the guys I was just playing.
Oh, nice.
So he won.
No.
So it's like, oh, it works.
Not surprised.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's the best thing about the internet is just people can take it as far as they want.
Oh, yeah.
Like you want to break down your opponent on NCAA? Go for it.
Well, dude,
Make a 2-hour video.
So I joined this new league. It's called VFA, Victory Formation Alliance. I think is what it stands for. I hope I said it right.
Yeah.
They'll crucify me if I did.
Oh, no.
But I joined it. And I joined it because I had a couple buddies that I was already playing with, but they have an NCAA league. The way they set up like their whole Discord, like if you play the show, they've got a tab for MLB The Show. They've got a tab for NBA 2K. If you play like strategy games like Civilization, they have a tab for that. And so then they have a general chat. So it's like it's like one of the craziest things I've ever been a part of.
That's hardcore.
Like you join the Discord and it has like 30 tabs of things that it's like, if you're interested in it, like this tab. And
how many people are in there?
Like
hundreds?
No, I'd say there's probably 40 guys in it right now.
That's a lot of people for a Discord server.
But the thing though, so like in the NCAA though, the leagues, you can get a max of 30 guys in it.
Okay.
So you can max out a league at 30.
Right.
Which means there's probably like 10 guys in there hovering that either are in the league or aren't in the league anymore. But they're still in the Discord because they chat. There's guys playing blackjack in the Discord. Like all kinds of crazy stuff. Like the internet is crazy.
This sounds like a crypto Discord.
Yeah, bro. It's insane. It's insane. I'm like sitting here. Like I remember when I first joined it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna like all these tabs so I can just see what everybody thinks all the things are.
And your notifications are.
Oh yeah, my notifications are blowing up. The guys there's like Discord games. People are playing like Connect 4, Blackjack, Battleship,
some Uno maybe.
Yeah, Uno's been in there.
I love Uno.
Like, bro, but it's like the most crazy thing. It's like, so then now I'm like sitting here. I'll be like bored on my phone. Sometimes I'll just hop in the Discord. And
yeah.
What's everybody doing? Oh, you're playing. Oh, let me hop on the table. I'll play blackjack from my phone.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I did not get into Discord until crypto because like all the crypto projects were like, oh, join our Discord.
Yeah, join Discord. We'll tell you about the launch.
Exactly. So I'm like, okay. And then I started doing that and participating, like trying to like, oh, we're going to have a meeting over this whatever crypto project. Okay, I'll tune in.
Yeah.
And then the more I got into it, the more I'm like, oh my God, I love Discord.
Yeah, it's the
this
best.
is incredible. So you make your own server.
Yeah.
And then so I have all that, an ARC server.
Yeah.
God, tons of crypto, sports. I mean, the way that it like mixes up your interests, and then you can go there and like you said, you can see your pals in that Discord, and what they're up to and everything.
Well,
they become your friends.
Well, so I have my own league that I run, and
with people you know.
Yeah. So majority of people it's about right now. While we're doing this, I think we're at 21. We started the year 30. That's another thing though, is like some people you add in, they lose a couple games and they're like, oh, I'm not gonna lose anymore, so they just quit. You know what I mean? They quit. They can't.
Rage quit.
Yeah, some people just can't take a loss. It is what it is.
Right.
But when I started it, we were max 30 guys, and it was funny because I was like, okay, this is just NCAA. This is our NCAA Discord or whatever. Well, then you got guys in there like, well, here's my bets that I'm making for the day. Well, the guys are, oh, let me tell you. Oh, so then they're making like people like gambling,
like actual sports bets.
Yeah, like sports
like
bets.
on real.
So guys are like
they're sharing their bets.
Yeah, they're sharing their bets in the Discord, and everybody's telling it and stuff like that. And so then now I had to make like a separate tab, and I'm like, hey,
sports bets
like
only.
No NFL bets. Like no. You know what I mean? I have to deal with all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I'm like,
because you could get in trouble.
Yeah. So I'm like, you put anything in there, you're getting kicked from the Discord. And it's wraps.
Right.
Don't ask me nothing like that.
Right.
I just had to make sure I said it because I brought it up.
Of course, yeah.
But so they did like an MLB one, and I got a guy in there, and he's one of my teammates' buddies. Like I've never met him in real life, but we've been in like 6 different leagues together now because of like acquaintances.
That's cool.
But he literally posts like a daily bet like every day, and all the guys are, oh, I'm tailing, and like every time it hits, it was like you're the best, like bro.
That's great.
And so it's like stuff like that, and then you get like guys like they're like, oh hey, like I'm working out and I'm doing this. I'm like, okay, I gotta make a new tab. All right, well, here's a new channel y'all can talk about in here, whatever you want to do, blah blah. So it's funny because like how it started, and now it's like grown and changed into like, you know, hey, oh, you guys want to talk about this? Let me make a channel for you so you guys can talk about it on there. And
well, keeping the channels separate is very important.
Oh yeah,
because if you get, you know, you probably have your general channel, which is like, you know, whatever, talk about whatever. But then they, you know, that theme comes up, sports betting or whatever it is, or working out.
You can talk about it in a specific chat. And and so what's funny? So with that same guy. He loves playing like Madden NCAA for like money. So he's like, okay, let's play like $100, $20 a game, whatever. And so I had another guy in there that's like, bro, I'm tired of hearing about your money games. Like, quit tagging us in money games. So then I'm like, all right,
let's make another
channel, money games. You want to play money games? Come talk in this chat. And so that's how I had to learn about. Okay, I got to diversify the different chats, organize it, try to keep it you know, distinct, I guess.
Organized. Well, yeah, and then it's nice because like all the chats and topics on that topic are right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then you can kind of scroll through and like, what do you say? It's just right there. I mean, in the general chat, oh my God, things can get buried.
Well, so
very
like
quickly.
It's funny. So I used to be hardcore. Used to play like hardcore FIFA.
Okay.
And so I joined this.
A lot of people were, you know.
So I joined this Discord where they would. It's like a trading Discord.
Like
trade? So you play Ultimate Team.
Okay.
You go in. You have to buy like cards. You buy packs. And you make like basically like a fantasy team of all these different cards, players, overalls. Well, there was these guys that are like traders, and so they literally like tell you it's like the stock market, but for like FIFA players.
Interesting.
And so they like tell you, hey, buy this card at this point, and when it hits this, sell.
Oh wow.
Buy these cards at this specific time, and when you get to this point, sell them for this.
I mean, it's real money.
Well, it's a video,
FIFA money.
like FIFA coins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you swap it for real money?
FIFA? No. But these guys, so like I got in lucky because I knew the guy, so he had let me in the Discord for free. But then there was other guys that were paying. They're paying like $20-$25 a month to be in the Discord. Dang. But if you like, so like I think in the game, I think it's like for like 1,200 points or the FIFA points is like $100. But let's say you spend $100 on the game, like your $100 real, and you get like 1,200 points. Well, then packs go for X amount of points. Well, just because you buy that pack doesn't mean you're going to get like this expensive player. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like a gambling. It's like gambling. It's rambling.
It's Pokemon cards.
Yeah, it's totally random. So, well, some guys with their whole entire argument for joining trading is, okay, instead of spending $100, pay me 25, and I can help you make coins to buy the exact player that you want.
You can buy singles.
Yeah, you can buy single players for X amount of coins.
Right.
So they were teaching people how to invest and spend.
What in the world? What
Dude,
kind
it's insane, bro.
world are you in?
That's what I'm saying. It's insane.
Yeah, it's freaking crazy. I remember, man, this was probably 6-7 years ago. Remember Vice documentaries? Did you ever watch those? They were on HBO for a long time, and then they moved to Twitter, they went to YouTube, and I don't know if they went. I think they're still there. I haven't seen one for a while, actually. But they made awesome documentaries over the most random stuff. One of them was professional video gaming. And they went to South Korea, which is like one of the meccas. Like they'll build stadiums, soccer stadiums. Yeah, they'll build soccer stadiums for their gaming. And so they'll have like a big stage, like a concert. And they'll have their, players and their teams and stuff. And I mean, it is celebrity level stuff.
I've seen the tournaments and stuff, especially you look at
like World of Warcraft. What's the League of Legends is huge.
League of Legends is huge. Rainbow Six Siege, I know, is making a comeback. Shout out to that boy Jinxie.
Yeah.
He's doing all kinds of stuff. What's the other stuff? Their Call of Duty still has their tournaments.
Yeah, always.
Madden's
huge.
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Marvel Rivals is coming back up now. I like watching like the streams of them, like when they have like those tournaments. But it's not like I like watching the streams because obviously they have good players.
Right.
But it's insane to me the like fan bases that these people have.
It's crazy.
Like it's like, bro, I've never heard of this guy. I have no idea who he is. He's super good. He's like unreal. And people are like wearing his jerseys like in the crowds. Oh, and I'm like, bro, like this guy plays video games.
And you're
like,
wearing his jersey.
You're wearing his jersey. You're in the crowd. Like I remember we watched one. Me and one of my buddies. He was over, and we were watching like the Siege World Championship, whatever it is, and one of the teams lost. And there was like people in the stands crying wearing the jersey. So I'm like, bro, it's a video game.
Right.
Like don't get it. Like I'm super competitive.
Yeah.
I hate losing. Like I'm super like I get really like mad when I lose. But even just simple stuff. Like we can play play Uno, and I'll blow up if I end up losing.
But that's why you're a professional athlete.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to like these video games, I'm like, dude, like it's just insane to me.
It's insane. It's one of those things where you like if I told you that this was happening back in the day, you'd say, I doubt it. Like,
no doubt.
Everybody plays. Why would I watch someone play a video game?
Yeah.
And then when you see it for real, you're like, oh my God.
Like this is
what
intense.
is this?
Yeah, it's intense.
Intense. And remember like way back in the day when the FIFA player got paid more than the real soccer players?
Really? No, I didn't know.
It was like a huge moment. I wish I had a Jamie here to bring it up. But there's like a huge moment where this video gamer, I guess what you call him, got paid more than the actual players playing soccer.
Really?
And everyone was like, what is happening?
Well, yeah, what the hell is going on?
To me, it seemed like a changing of the tide right there where it's like, oh, video games are taking over.
Oh, big deal. Yeah.
Because, athletically, you got the size, speed, strength. Not everybody has that. That's why not everybody's an NFL player. But anybody can play
video games, yeah, for
video
sure.
games. And people that don't have any of those attributes, physical attributes, can play video games. And they can get damn good, too.
Oh, yeah.
And make a career out of it just by streaming or being super good. Like Casey watches ARC videos all the time of, oh, God, I just dropped his name. He's this Russian cat, and he plays PvP ARC.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He's not really building stuff up. He's going to war.
Yeah, there's
and he'll just watch him and be like, oh, he's using a grapple hook to like pull people in and then kill them. Yeah, crazy stuff that I never thought of.
Yeah, but then once you see it that one time,
once you see it,
you're like, oh, I can do that.
Right.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know I could do that.
Same with Call of Duty. Like we'll watch Call of Duty and we'll see kind of how they play, and then they slide and they shoot and they stab, and like I've never thought about doing that.
Yeah.
So it definitely elevates your game.
Yeah.
If you're, I wouldn't even call myself a rookie. I'm just like, I don't know, for fun. But I can watch these they are professionals, and like adapt their gameplay onto my own gameplay, which is incredible. But also you're thinking, dear God, how did you get that good?
Yeah, no doubt.
That's insane.
You put in a lot of time. But at the same time, it's kind of one of those things where like you just bet on yourself that you're gonna end up being like a legit gamer. So,
yeah, for sure. Well, like I'll admit this on the podcast. My wife is better at Call of Duty. She plays a lot more than I do.
Okay.
And I'm like, you know what? You're better than me.
You're better. Yeah, you have to accept it.
Yeah, I'm like, you're pretty. You know, sometimes I'm not bad. I got good games here and there, but overall, I'm like, she's got the edge because of the time.
That's dope though. She'll play. That's dope.
Oh, she loves it. She's the one. She's like, let's play, and I'm like, are you sure? we got things like we got to do dishes and shit. She's like, I don't care. Let's play.
Let's play the game.
Yeah. But I was thinking, like, she said something the other day. She's like, oh, I could be better. And I kind of watch her play, and I think, I think your weakness, like, she had more knowledge of the guns and, like, the packages or whatever.
How to build the guns with attachments
exactly.
and all that. Yeah,
like
perks you need to put on it.
Perks and shit. Yeah, exactly. And like, if you knew more of that strategy, you would be better. Yeah. And so then I thought, like, wow, I'm pretty sure that anybody that just puts in the time and learns and watches the other players, like, you could probably get pretty damn good.
Now, I'll say this, because I think this is true, because I believe this, like, in the athlete's world.
Right.
Not everybody's got the same, like, hand-eye coordination or reflexes.
Right.
And sure, you can build on them. But there are some of those guys that are especially, like, on the mouse and keyboard.
Oh, yeah.
I think that I could put in, a couple years doing it, and I still wouldn't be able to do.
That's like the 1%.
Yeah.
That's like what separates everybody.
You can grind, you can like put a lot into it, but at the end of the day, if you don't have the hand-eye coordination or like reflexes, that stuff, they're insane.
Oh, well, and then another thing is, like, she grew up playing Earthworm Jim and Rayman and stuff, which, you know, great games, whatever.
Great games.
My brother and I, we were playing 007 on the Nintendo 64. Yeah, we were playing Red Faction on PlayStation. Yeah. We were playing all these first-person shooters as kids. Yeah. Because there wasn't online gaming. So, like, we have the foundation of gaming, you know, since we were kids. Oh, yeah. Nowadays, kids are playing online. We were playing AI.
Off the rip.
Dude. Imagine playing Fortnite or whatever, Call of Duty, since the age of, 6, 7?
Yeah, you'd be insane.
You would be. Oh my god!
I was joking. Well, I was joking with my brother about it because, like, bro, we used to play like Halo and Halo.
Or Halo, Halo.
And my brother would kick the shit out of me. Like, it was unreal. But then, like, I remember, like, we were talking, like, hey, like, hop on the game. And he's like, no, like, you're gonna fuck me up, and I'm not gonna have fun. I'm bro,
like, come on, it's my turn.
Yeah, like, you know, like I was I grew up. When he's like 3 or 4 years older than me. Mm-hmm. So, but like when I started playing video games, it's like when like Xbox Live and PlayStation Network started getting introduced. Right. So then like I played PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox with my brother, like Halo 2, playing the old Desert Storm games and stuff like that on the PlayStation 2. Stuff. Oh yeah. But once I got to like the 360, I'm like MW2, Halo 3, all those games, I was playing online all the time. Because like that's you'd play with your buddies online, and that's how you're like, oh well, let's go play online. Well, I did better than you. I'm better than you. Right. And that's how everything started. So like I get that incense, and now it's crazy because like you buy a game, and like you're saying, let's say like you start off. Let's say your first console now is going to be like one of the newer consoles. You're going to have like an Xbox Series X, Series S, whatever, PS5. And you're straight into online gaming.
That's all there is. Yeah. Like, you can't even buy games anymore.
Like single player games barely get any love anymore.
Right.
A lot of the time now, if you get a single player game, it's either a game that got rushed out because they're just trying to make money, because they're like trying to keep up, or it's you get a game and everybody's like, well, where's the multiplayer? I don't care about playing this. Where's the multiplayer? And
or it's a classic like Red Dead, something that's like you have to play this. Yeah. You can go as deep as you want, but even Red Dead's got multiplayer now.
Yeah, you know, whole Red Dead Online. Well, dude, it's funny that you mentioned the Red Dead because when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, I remember me and all my buddies were like, oh, bro, like, and we came out and we literally would go home and we'd all be playing the same game. Right. But all separately in our rooms. Like, bro, did you get to this mission? Yeah. And they're like, no, don't tell me. Yo, I'm like, bro, just wait. Yeah. But I remember when Red Dead Online came out, and it was like the original online. So, like, there wasn't anything you could do, really. You could do, like, team deathmatch, and other than that, you ran around the map, and you could hunt and fish. Right. And that was it. Now they have like
It's almost like a Sims.
yeah. Now they have all kinds of crazy stuff.
Like
But
missions and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I remember when we first joined, and we're like, oh yeah, like this is gonna be sick. Like we're gonna invest. But we would go home and we would hunt for like 3 hours and fish for like hours, and we're like, I'm gonna get a perfect pelt. Like I'm like hunting bears in the mountains with a cross, not a cross, with the bow and arrow. That way, I'm like, I can't damage the pelt, or I'm not gonna make any money.
Right.
And it's like, bro, it's just so funny.
That's hilarious. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, let's go hunting.
Let's go hunt, bro. He's like, oh, for like hunting real life. No, me and my boys
together.
are gonna get on Xbox. We're gonna go hunt.
But it's one of those things where going hunting for real life for a bear is damn near impossible.
Yeah, well,
you
I
get
would
a
never
tag.
do that.
You
Yeah.
know, you
I
wouldn't.
would never do that.
No hunting at all.
No,
You're a
I'll
Webb
go,
City
no,
boy.
yeah. I'll go hunting. Like
But no
we'll go
bears.
shoot some deer, some bucks,
Yeah,
ducks. You know, I'll go out and do that.
but no bears.
You talking about bears? No.
Because they're scary.
I mean, the amount of good that can come from it compared to the amount of bad that
Right.
comes from it,
True.
the bad outweighs the good. It's
True.
it's not worth it. It's like the same thing. Like guys are like, oh yeah, I want to go hunt mountain lions and shit. I'm like, for what?
Right.
I'm like, there's literally the best thing out of it is you kill the thing.
Right.
And you get this awesome story. Don't get me wrong. And now you have a story.
Worst thing.
The worst thing is you miss, and this thing fucking kills you.
Right.
And now everybody's looking at you like, hey, this is the idiot that went up into the mountains to try to kill a mountain
Dude, you
lion.
remember Danny? Danny went mountain lion hunting, you know, and he never came back. No, I'm just making somebody.
Oh shit! I was like,
we still talk about that.
It's like,
No, we just make fun of him.
oh yeah.
He fucking missed.
Yeah, he missed.
That
He
thing
fucking
balled his
missed.
face off.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm like, and don't get me wrong. There's like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like I'm the best hunter in the world. I would never claim that title. And there's some there's some guys out there that are like legit, really, really good hunters.
Yeah.
But it's like all you have to do is you miss like one time and you're fucked.
Oh, well, especially something like that.
Yeah,
like your guide has a giant desert eagle.
Yeah,
and he's like,
just-
please don't miss, because I'll have to shoot it for
Yeah,
you.
I'll have to shoot it, and if I miss, then we're both
Oh
fucked.
my god! And you've seen those videos on
Yeah.
Twitter or whatever. It's like,
Would you go? My favorite one to ask is the shark cages.
oh, well, yeah, I would. Yeah,
You would?
definitely.
Really?
Just do it. I have to do it. Like, but here's the thing.
Oh.
Here's the thing. I've never seen a great white in real life. Like if we're on the boat and they're like, there's the cage and oh, there's the shark, and I see it and it's the size of my fucking Tundra.
You're shitting.
I
yourself.
might have second thought.
Yeah.
Like that is a monster.
Have you ever seen the video of the shark getting in the cage?
Yes.
Where
yes,
it goes
of
over
course.
the top?
I saw one where the shark like rammed it and it just collapsed.
So the video I saw, and literally this is the only video I always bring up. I'm like, this is why I would never go. Is the guys in the cage where they chum the water up,
Oh, yeah,
right?
of
Because
course.
they want to get the sharks all around, right? Well, next thing you know, there's this big ass shark, and it's coming, and it's hitting the cage or whatever. Well, next thing you know, it goes up and over the
Oh,
top of it,
no.
and it's in the cage, and all you see is just blood coming up. But the guy never got touched.
It's just chum and everything.
So no, what happened was that the shark's mouth was
Oh.
so fucking big when it was trying to like get him and bite him, its mouth got caught on the cage.
Oh.
So it was just bleeding from rubbing on the cage.
It was the shark.
It was the
bleeding?
shark bleeding. And so the guy just ended up like getting out underneath and comes out of the water, and they're like pulling him out. But imagine just being in the cage and the shark's trying to bite you, but because its mouth is so big, it keeps getting caught on the edges of the cage, and its mouth just starts bleeding.
That's.
So
I would not watch that video before I went.
oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like that stuff's like, and it's like same thing for me, like skydiving. Like I'm too big to be skydiving. Like it's just like
who's
again,
gonna get on my back?
Yeah, and then again, it's like, you know what,
Right.
cool. The best thing about skydiving, all right, I got this cool story.
Right.
My parachute came out. I glided by my
Right.
set. Worst case scenario. Exactly.
That's so true. You're just like measuring. Like you're never gonna get bit by a shark if you just don't get in the water.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so it's kind
Like
of
you might go to the beach and they have the shark thing.
Right.
Unlucky day, you're surfing, you
Sure.
get bit, whatever.
But statistically,
Exactly.
super low.
Yeah,
Like go buy a lottery ticket while you're at it.
Exactly.
Like if you think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Say like flying in a plane, like this thing ain't going down. Like,
Exactly,
you're,
yeah.
you're not that lucky, bro. It's okay.
yeah, I'm with you.
But if you are in the cage, they are bringing the sharks to you.
Yeah, they're chumming up the water.
Yes, so the statistics are going way up.
Yeah,
they are there.
Yeah, they are purposely coming to get you.
Right.
It's not just, oh, let me get in this cage and oh, that's a cool looking shark. No, that shark's coming to fuck you up.
Oh, it's hungry and it's smelling blood and it's like, what's this? What's in this cage? I think I would still do it again. I'd need to get a good look at the thing.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like I've not spent that much time around sharks. I've seen Jaws and whatnot, but that's always been something on my bucket list. I would do that before skydiving.
I will. I'm 0 chance skydiving.
No, it's skydiving.
None.
I'm
0.
surprised. I saw a couple of my friends the other day went skydiving, like just randomly.
Yes,
like, I'm not going to Springfield or Kansas City to skydive.
Yeah, tripping.
Okay, that's cool. I don't know. Like it's one of those things where you want to. I'm a big guy too, so that's what I'm worried about. My cousin went. She's 100 pounds or something. It's like
don't they have like a weight limit for it?
Surely.
They
They don't make
right?
parachutes, big enough for us.
Oh man, I'm telling you, I think that's where I'm kind of like, oh, it's not.
I'll just
worth
go
it.
hunting and fishing with my boys in Red Dead.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
I'll just go. I'll hop in the cage in the game.
Right, yeah.
My guy dies in there. Oh well.
Hey, no problem.
Just have to start over. Wake up on the beach.
That's where we're going with. How much have you messed with virtual reality?
So it's actually funny you mentioned this. You're talking about like the VR stuff, right? So I've only done the VR like twice. Like played it, and this was like sophomore, junior year of college. I was at like one of my friend's house, and they had the VR or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, let's do it. This would be sick. And I put it on, and it's the game, The Plank, where it's you're on the skyscraper, and the plank later comes in. Well, I'm terrified of heights. Like I hate heights. Like I hate the little spinning things, the giant things, that amusement parts. It's called carousel.
Like the funhouse ones.
No, the giant wheel. Where you literally get in it and it just slowly goes up.
Oh, the Ferris wheel. Yeah,
Ferris wheel. Okay, perfect. Yeah. I hate those things.
Yeah.
Hate it. Like, I'm terrified of heights. Like, I hate heights.
That's why no skydiving.
Yeah. They say that. It goes
That's
more
like the
into
ultimate
it.
height.
And so, the VR is just the plank.
Yeah.
And what's funny is that, like, I knew, like, it's a cartoon. It's fake. And I'm literally, like, I'm in the kitchen.
But there's part of your brain.
Yeah, man. I stepped off that plank and my heart dropped because it just, the whole area around you just starts falling. Yes. I literally thought I was falling. I was like, oh, yeah, man.
Did you like physically fall or anything?
No.
Nothing like that.
Well, I remember when the first time I did it, I stepped off the plank and I was like, oh, like,
right.
I'm like, oh shit.
And your adrenaline's going.
Yeah, immediately heart drop, VR came off immediately. I'm like,
get me out of here.
Fuck this. Yeah. That sounds trippy, man.
Oh, and that's how many years ago was that?
That's my sophomore year of college, junior year. So like 4 or 5 years ago.
And they've had like 2 updates since then.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's insane now.
It's insane. The NFL actually has it's like called New Era or something. Lamar Jackson is like the poster boy for it.
Oh yeah. I've seen that where you can play as like the quarterback and stuff.
That game is fun.
Really?
I mean, you're doing it for real life, but someone like me, I put it on and I play a whole game and like you're looking at your plays. And you see the dudes, like the big defensive guys looking at you. And like Madden, you can see the routes and everything, thank the Lord. But, I mean, you are calling the play. You are taking the snap. You are throwing it and everything. Yeah. And it's so cool. My nephew, he's probably 7 years old at the time, he loves football, loves the Chiefs and everything. I'm like, dude, you got to try this game. So he puts the headset on, and he's playing it. He's kind of starting to learn it. He can't get the snap right at first, but then slowly gets it better and better and better. Well, he's in the middle of the living room, and I'm talking to his mom, my wife's sister, and we're just talking about whatever. And I just kind of keep an eye on him and talking to her. He fumbled the ball in the game and just takes off dead sprint in real life. Smokes the wall. I mean, head first. The goggles go flying, and I'm like, no. And he's looking around like, what just happened? I go, what'd you do? He goes, I fumbled. He was trying to go after the ball.
Yeah.
Dude, it was, I mean, I wish I would have been filming because it was hilarious. He had like a little red mark, but you think you would be able to distinguish.
It's part of the, like,
it is
the immersion, like
when you turn and you're like, oh shit, there's still more.
Yeah, like, like when you're playing the game, it's on your controller, it's on the screen. Mm-hmm. Like if it doesn't leave, it doesn't leave the screen.
Right. When
you put that headset on and you start looking left and right, and it's still the same.
Yes.
Like the game, it's a little trippy.
It's super trippy, and it's weird. Like when I do it, it's like a process. Mm-hmm. So I'll put it on, like I know I'm in the game. Yeah. And then a little bit later, it's like, well, I'm still in the game, but I didn't remember that for like the last 2 minutes. I was actually on the field taking snaps.
Yeah.
And then eventually I'm just in the game.
Yeah.
I'm just taking, I'm on the sidelines like, okay, the defense is running this, and eventually I'm like, oh yeah, don't forget, you're in your living room, man. Like, don't
relax. Don't turn and hit the table, please.
Right. Like, I hit the Christmas tree one time, pulling back for a pass. My wife's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm trying to go deep.
I had to let this one loose. I'm telling you, he's open.
Dude, and like there's the Star Wars game, and it's one of the best. Like, if you ever get a chance.
Is it the Darth Vader?
Yes, there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's like,
I almost bought the VR just for that. I'm a big Star Wars guy.
You have to. They did so good on that.
Really?
It's like a movie and a game and real life all at once. And there's a height scene that I know you'll love where you're trying to escape a prison. But there's like a storyline to it.
Yeah.
And so like you're playing and you're kind of doing like, there's one scene where you're in the ship and you're getting chased and this robot's like, hey, we got to get into hyperspace. Like, we got to go fast.
Yeah.
And so like you're trying to do this button pushes, and then all of a sudden the whole ship slams and you got caught, and then Vader shows up. He's like 8 foot tall, so when Vader like comes up to you the first time,
you're like, oh shit.
You're looking at him like this. You're like, oh my God, this is Darth Vader.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
So much fun. You get a lightsaber. That thing is like so reactive. Like,
really?
It's so you'd think like it'd be glitchy or something. No, it is amazing how responsive it is. Yeah. And then the storyline, like, I don't want to give anything away. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. The storyline is so good because they build it up to where they built, it's like a movie.
Yeah.
And you're actually like participating amongst the movie and not just like XX, R1. You are swinging this. Like, I was drenched in sweat by the end of it because I'm just knocking robots and everything. All of a sudden you learn the Force and you're like throwing people around. Dude, it's so badass. And I think the first one took me 30 minutes to play. So it's like an episode of a TV show, a short TV show or whatever. But the immersion, and I took my goggles off from just the first episode or the first game or whatever I call the episode. And just like, what the hell was that? That was amazing. Like no one else could participate with you. My wife can't play, which that eventually will happen, where it's like, hey, let's all
the VR, jump in. Everybody's in the same world. Hey,
exactly. Yeah, you're playing NCAA with your boys, and it's like, hey, I'll see you in a second.
No doubt.
Which, like the chat VR, do you ever mess with that? It's remember the meme with the guy that's do you know the way? Those little guys are like, do you know the way? Do you know the way? Damn, that whole meme was from VR chat. But basically, you can make a character out of anything, like anything. Like one guy was a can of beans. I was a frog with like really long legs and like we'd run around. So you have like an avatar. You could literally make it anything, and you just go to these worlds and you just run into people and talk to them and whatever. Like you're just existing and exploring.
See the one, you know what Among Us is?
Yeah.
And so
that for VR,
I've seen
that's too scary for me.
So I've seen that stuff on TikTok because it's like I think it's hilarious. There's like a guy on there that goes and he like intentionally messes with people, start screaming and stuff.
It's so much scarier.
And well, there's another one where you're playing like poker or you're playing like bullshit like BS. And you're all animals or whatever. And I've seen that one. Guys are like trying to lean, look at people's cards.
That's
and
hilarious.
I'm like, bro, that's insane. You can just sit in your living room and just, hey, let's go play blackjack. Okay, cool.
Right. Oh, you guys want to play it on the
table.
beach today? Let's do it. Let's do it on the beach, and then the whole thing changes, and you're playing poker on the beach, or like, oh, let's do it on the skyscraper. Let's do it on the top of the building. Like, I love that. They talked about doing like this isn't as cool, but meetings like Zoom meetings with the VR
on, and you see everybody.
Yeah. But so you could pick a giant werewolf or something. Yeah. It's like Trystan. Yeah, what's up, guys?
I had a teammate in Arizona, and he had the Apple one, or whatever it is,
Vision Quest or Vision,
and he would put it on for airplane rides.
Oh yeah,
and he would watch movies on it,
like at the theater,
like if it was a movie theater.
Yeah,
and it'd be like this massive screen, and he literally would just be sitting in his chair, have this giant thing on,
right,
and he just walk by like, huh? And he's like watching a movie. Sorry, I can't see you. Just taking up the whole screen. I'm like, oh shit! Like that's sick.
So sick.
Oh,
So the new ones, I'm sure the Apple one has, but the new ones have cameras on the front of them. so they can see like the real world.
Really?
And so when I first got mine, I have the Quest 3 or whatever, Meta Quest 3. I put a big screen. I do this because that's how you make the screen bigger. But I put this big screen in the kitchen, and I was doing dishes, and I had YouTube right here, massive, like as big as this tapestry, and it's right here. So I'm just doing the dishes, blah, blah, blah. And my wife calls me in the other room, so I go into the living room, which is, I don't know, 20 feet away. I'm talking to her with the goggles on because I can see her, you know. And I'm talking, and then I turn around. My screen is still there, right where I put it in the kitchen. So like it knows spatial awareness.
Yeah, so it doesn't leave.
No, and it was still playing my video. I could still hear it, and like as I walk to it, it gets bigger. I get back to doing I look over. I'm like, whoa, that is insane. Like that level of detail is incredible. Yeah, I've done it in bed too. Like she'll be watching, the TV's on this corner, but she'll be watching Netflix. I'll have the goggles on, and I can see the room, and I can see what she's watching and everything. But at the end of the bed, I have a massive theater size of
watching
YouTube.
Whatever you want to watch.
Yeah, whatever. And usually it's YouTube, just watching whatever I found on there. And she can't hear it, but I can. But I can still like turn to her and like respond.
Yeah, you might have just opened up a
something.
new world. I might have to go get one.
They're so much fun.
Well, I get it. Well, it's a really bad habit of mine, but I go to bed with the TV on.
Same.
Like I watch TV, fall asleep, but she doesn't.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? So she got like her whole setup. She got her eye mask.
Right.
She has everything, blocks all the stuff out, or whatever. But it makes sense because she'll just, they'll be nice. She's like, hey, I want to watch TV.
Right.
We're like, our TV in our room. I'm like, well, like, you're going to go to bed like in 20 minutes. So
right.
I'm going to put my TV on.
Exactly.
So
you won't even know.
Yeah, you'll fall asleep and it's not even going to matter.
Right.
But no, now that I know, I might have to dibble dabble a little bit.
Dude, another thing, like when I played the NFL game, the other thing I was thinking is like, how many snaps? I know it's only quarterback, so like you're not actually getting like positional play. Yeah. My thought was like, how many snaps could I get virtually, digitally, if I was a kid? And just seeing the defense line up.
Well, I saw the Jaden Daniels talked about it.
Oh, okay.
I think he won Offensive Rookie of the Year, quarterback for the Commanders. He was at LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess when he was at Arizona State before LSU, I guess. And his last year, I think it's either his last year at Arizona State or his first year at LSU.
Yeah.
They had some guy come in and was like, hey, this is the new VR, blah, blah. This is a new tech we're going to use. Whatever, and they did it or whatever, and he talked about how he uses VR to break down film.
Exactly, because it's from where his position is. Like
exactly,
it's where he's used to seeing it.
They would play, and it takes reps off your body because it's a more mental work, and it's not as physical. So like being at practice and actually having to throw the ball, the amount of extra reps you can get from it, it's crazy.
Right.
And I remember he was talking about how he uses it like in the NFL now. And because he went and like invested in it and bought like a whole thing, and he literally like can put in like a whole game.
Dang.
Like you get like a game clip,
right?
And you can break down a whole game, puts it in the VR, and he stands where the quarterback's at,
right?
So then
just
he
goes through his cadence,
goes through his call, goes through all of it, sees where the defense lined up, and goes through progressions because they're moving while he's doing because you got the VR on.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about. Because I mean, I was playing the game thinking like, how many snaps could a kid get?
Oh yeah.
Before they ever stepped on a peewee football field.
Yeah.
Seeing the defense, seeing how they line up. Reacting to it, recognizing, cover 2 or, here comes a blitz. I've seen this before. And now to hear him doing that, it's like that is a serious edge.
And I never thought about it until he mentioned it, and I was like, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you think about, especially if you take like some young guys, so like the guys that go from high school to college, like everybody's basically was their best player. They're your best player on your team in high school, right? Well, when you get to the college, everybody was the best player on their high school team. So now you're in college. Everybody's more like an even playing. There's still like obviously those guys that are dudes,
like the elite,
but for the most part, it's an even playing field. And so when he mentioned that, I was like, man, like as a freshman, you can help so many like young quarterbacks, defensive backs. Like you got some young guys that got to play safety. They're able to see the whole field, see route concepts, go over it. Like it just. It changes a whole
Dude,
thing.
yeah. I mean, it's serious. It's a
You
serious.
look at like young centers, some centers in college. Like when I got to Mizzou, I remember my freshman year, I was in charge of flipping protection, having to do all that. So it's like reading defensive stacks and having to see if it's single high, too high, somebody rotating out, so nobody running to rotating out. To get those kind of like mental reps of like being able to see it, it would have been crazy.
That's a serious edge.
Yeah.
Did you play center in high school?
No, and Webb, I was our strong tackle. So they're old school, so it's still R and L formation, strong tackle, quick tackle.
Okay.
So the right tackle isn't always the right tackle. So I was our strong tackle, but if we were in L formation, I would be at left side.
Oh, okay.
If we were in R formation, I was at right side.
Okay.
So it was a little old school, kind of football.
Complex though.
Yeah.
For high school.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they're so good.
And so I played strong tackle.
Okay.
And so basically what it was, like all of our strong side runs, I'd be there, and a lot of our passes were out of L formation. So then I would be the backside tackle when it's like passes.
Right. Okay.
Just kind of stuff like that. Now they run more than they pass, so it's not like a tendency that you could try and pick up on.
Right.
But I didn't play center until my first spring, after my freshman year of college. So I was a right tackle in high school, and then I went from right tackle to playing guard in college. Oh. And then for my first summer and fall, and then I went from guard to center in the spring.
And was that a good change?
Yeah, it was.
Seems like a big change.
Yeah, no, it was. It was actually. It's kind of crazy. It's a funny story actually. So, so before I got to Mizzou, I think before they tried to get me enrolled in the spring. There was all kinds of crazy stuff that was going on campus at the time. But they had 8 offensive linemen going into the fall. Now that's bad.
That seems low.
That's really bad. They didn't have enough. They didn't have enough offensive linemen to have 2 units.
Oh,
because you have 5 on the offensive line, and then they only had 8. So in the spring, they had guys that were having to go with the 1s, 2s, and 3s,
right?
Like on a 3-man rotation because they didn't have enough bodies,
right? Which works in high school.
Yeah, it's
but
high
at
school.
that level.
Yeah, college. Yeah, no. I mean,
thing.
People are dead. I mean, you're talking about. Let's say you have 50 reps in practice, and if you divide that by 3 units, which is what most colleges have, you're only getting a third of the reps.
Right.
Well, now you have 8 guys. You're looking at probably 4 to 3 guys are getting 90% of the reps.
Right.
And there's only maybe 3 or 4 other guys that are only getting a third of the reps.
Right.
So I mean, you take that over a course of a spring, like you're dead. You're drained by it. It doesn't matter how good of shape you're in.
Oh, mentally too.
Yeah,
remembering all that.
Yeah,
is this unit 1, unit 2? I don't know.
So they end up it was a new coaching staff. They ended up weeding a bunch of guys out.
Oh, okay.
And so guys were quitting left and right or transferring out. So they only had 8 guys by the time I got there in the fall.
So they're begging you.
When I got there in the fall, it wasn't like I didn't have a choice. I automatically was in the 2 deep because they only signed 3 of us in my class. So when I got there was only 11 of us. So
excellent.
So I was like, most people are like, oh yeah, well that's great. Like you're gonna have a chance to play as a freshman. Like that's great news. Well, it's like I got there and I was like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna play as a freshman. Yeah. This is awesome. First day of pads. You know what? I'm not even gonna say any names. I'm not gonna say any names. They know what happened. But we were at Mizzou. First day of pads. We're doing one-on-ones. One of our starting D tackles at the time was a super highly touted guy. Barely ever lost. He was a freshman All-American the year before. Was a big head honcho. My first one-on-one rep, clamp him. Boom. Done. The whole line's going crazy. No. Oh, yeah. Yeah, now what? I literally turned around. And when I turned around, I'm like walking back to go back, He goes and runs full speed and jacks me in my back. Well, when he jacked me in my back, we had our quarterback bag was one of the old ones that had the weight in the bottom. My foot gets caught underneath the weight, and I end up twisting fucking my knee up. First day pads.
Awesome.
So then, terrible. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So then I go in, and they're like, you have a sprained MCL and you sprain your meniscus, you'll be fine. We'll just, And I'm like miserable. We have knee braces. Like we practice a knee brace, you know what I mean? So it probably saved me from blowing anything out.
Right.
But I'm like, bro, like first day of pads.
Yeah.
This is back. My freshman year was the last year of 2-a-days. So we had this happen at practice in the morning, and we still had practice in the afternoon. But we only had 11 guys.
Right.
So they made me practice.
Oh.
So I was just
sure
I'm hobbling around. I got older guys. They're like, get up, bitch. Like, quit
Right.
being such a pussy. Like, you're fine.
Oh.
And I'm like just miserable. So so I was our second string left guard at the end of fall camp. So I didn't even get I redshirted, but I didn't even get a redshirt year. You know, everybody else, when you redshirt, you know, it's your year to like get bigger, stronger.
Right.
Well, it's also your year to party because you're not even playing.
Right.
Well, I redshirted, but had to travel every week. So
okay.
I remember like I had a couple buddies that are like redshirted, and they're like, "Oh yeah, bro, like you missed this party last weekend."
Shut up.
And I'm like, we went to West Virginia. We got beat. We got our asses whooped. And I'm like, getting motherfucked. I didn't even play. I'm on the plane getting motherfucked on the bus, and we get back in the meetings. I'm getting motherfucked. I'm like, I didn't even play.
Right.
I think this is crazy.
I would have tried to do better.
Yeah, I promise. And I always joke with people. I'm like, yeah, I got red shirt, but I didn't really have like the red shirt year.
Right.
Well, what happened was at the end of the year, one of our guys gets hurt, and he gets hurt. And this is before that. So there's a red shirt rule now where you can play 4 games and you still keep your red shirt.
Gotcha.
Well, my freshman year, that wasn't the rules. Were basically if I played in any game, I lost my red shirt.
Even like one down.
Yeah, one down.
Wow.
If I played one down in a game, I lost my red shirt. Well, one of our guys gets hurt. And we have like 2 games left in the year.
Oh.
So one of our guys gets hurt, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna rotate you at guard, and you're gonna start on field goal." And I was like, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I told him.
No.
I told him no.
Yeah.
I mean, because like that means I just burned a red shirt.
Oh, I get you.
So I was gonna lose that whole. They spent the whole year me being a depth chart guy, building up. They wanted me to travel, get the experience or whatever.
Right.
But I wasn't playing. Well, in 2 games left, they wanted me to burn my red shirt. And I was like, I'm not burning my red
that's
shirt.
not worth
like,
it.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
Right.
We were like 3 and whatever at the time. We were 3-7, 3-6.
Right.
Like we were having a terrible year. I was like, it didn't make any sense. So they got pissed. They were pissed at me. They took me. Yeah, they took.
They can't see it your way. Like,
Look at that. Well, it was funny is because they moved the guy from defense. They moved the guy from defense to O-line. They quit traveling me the last 2 weeks.
You're like, thank you.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, okay, I was a good party a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they quit traveling me the last 2 weeks.
Interesting.
I left fall. I told you I was a backup left guard. When I got there in the spring, I was our 5th string center.
Wow.
They're trying to get me to transfer.
Oh, I see.
So I had the knee thing in camp. So they all thought I was pussy.
Right.
And then at the end of the year, they asked me to bring my red shirt. I said, no. They're like, oh, this guy's not a team guy. Fuck this guy. We don't want him on our program.
Right.
So I remember I was literally in the spring. This is my freshman year in the spring. I went from 2nd string left guard to 5th string center. And I was like sitting there. I'm like crying to my mom. Like, we wouldn't be here. Fuck this shit. I just want to transfer. Like, this shit sucks. And my dad and Coach Roger were like, no, you can't transfer. Like, you made a commitment. You're gonna stick it through. Blah blah. And so I just said, fuck it. Put my head down and I started the spring, 5th string center. By the end of the spring, I was our backup center, and then went into fall camp, backup center. Within 1 week, I was a starter, and boom, rest is history. Started the next 3 years.
Wow. So, like, after the talk with your mom and the coach and everything, did you, like, just lock in?
Kind of, because, I mean, like, I was full on. I was like, fuck this place. Like, fuck these guys.
Were you looking at going somewhere?
Yeah, I just need to get out of here.
Anyway.
This one, I was like, I just need to leave.
Yeah.
I just need to transfer. I was like, they're not really, like, I usually, like, my favorite excuse and I see it all the time. Like, I've talked to guys that have transferred or, like, that have been in this kind of situation. Like, you know, a lot of guys are like, these coaches aren't fucking with me. Like, they're playing, like, they're playing favorites. Like, blah, 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 you know. And I wanted to use those excuses. You know, I wanted to be like, yeah, like, these guys are fucking me over, like, blah blah. And in a way, it really felt like that. Like, I really felt like I hadn't done. I came in, worked my ass off. I was like, we had like an award for like redshirt freshmen that like worked their ass off, and I won that award. So I was like, it's not like I came in and I bullshitted for a whole year.
Right.
But I felt like, like I was getting treated that way, and like they thought I was just like a slap dick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so then I remember I literally came home one weekend and I told my mom, I was like, fuck this shit, I'm transferring. And she was like, okay, like transfer then, I guess, if you want, but like you're not gonna get anything out of it. Like you're not gonna learn anything from it. Like this is like hard times, and like you learn things like in hard times. Like you're taking the easy way out and you want to leave. Like I'm not gonna tell you not to.
Wow.
But like you're not gonna get anything out of it. And I was kind of, screw you, Mom. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, this shit sucks. And I remember I called Coach Rod and told him like, hey, like I'm thinking about transferring, and he was like, that would be the dumbest thing like you did.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, where you like you didn't play as a freshman. Where are you going to transfer? You can't go. There's not going to be another SEC or like a big Division I school Power 5 conference team that's going to take you.
Right.
Like you're either going to have to go to D1 AA or you're going to have to go to Division II.
Right.
So it's like you're just going to hurt yourself. And so I was like, well, screw you, coach. You don't know what you're talking about. Right. And then I remember I sat down with my dad and I was like, hey, like, this shit like sucks, like blah blah. And he basically was like, suck it the fuck up and like go work.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to hear about you crying. Like go work your ass off. And so I just literally came back in spring. Literally did nothing but just football workout at school.
That's awesome.
And it ended up paying out. It ended up working out, and it worked out great for me now. And yeah,
that's incredible. That's some good wisdom from Mom.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hard times.
I always love telling a story because like I mean, you look at college football now.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean,
what a clusterfuck.
Yeah, it's the whole transfer portal is completely over. Now they got 2 fucking windows. Guys can transfer. If you're not paying me X amount of money, I'm gonna fucking transfer. It's like I think it's a whole clusterfuck now.
Absolutely.
And I always tell people, I'm like, bro, when I was in college, like, bro, if you transfer, you had to sit out a year. And if you transfer, the odds of you going to another like big school, unless you were a guy, like, bro, you weren't like. There's guys like I just saw like the Nico Amaliva, his younger brother. Committed, signed to Arkansas, was in Arkansas for just the spring, and he's transferring. He's going to UCLA.
Just more money?
Yeah, I have no idea. His older brother just transferred there, so I'm sure it has something to do with his older brother and family getting it done. But that's what I'm saying in the sense of like, bro, you did a semester of spring ball. There's 0 film. You didn't do anything, but you're able to go to like another big school now. It's like, bro, what are we talking about?
Well, and not to say that you're screwing over the school that
invested
for sure. in you.
Yeah, I'm sure they cut him. I'm sure they cut him like a big check, and he got there, he got the money, and he's leaving. So now the school's got fucked out of money.
Right. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. There's all kinds of things with college football. I think it's all, man. And everybody's argument is always like, well, coaches don't get penalized. Coaches take new jobs and leave all the time, and I agree. It's 100%. I agree. The whole coaches thing, just being able to take a job and they can leave whenever, screwing kids. Pause. But you know what I mean. But yeah, I 100% understand that kind of side of it. But now to come back and like you're letting kids transfer twice in a year,
that's crazy.
Coming in, collecting money, leaving with a check to go get another check. It's like
and transfer and play.
Yeah, transfer and play. Not even have to sit out or anything. Yeah,
like there's no consequences. Just do whatever you need to do.
That's why. Yeah, it's a whole. I think it's a whole clusterfuck now.
Oh, and no doubt that it is. Tom Brady had that quote where he was talking about how colleges used to build programs where they bring you in, like this is Michigan was where he went or whatever. It's like, this is our program, we run this type of style of offense, this is our defense, and that built over the time of the career of
by the time you're a senior, you've been in a system, you've been in a weight program, you've been with the same nutritionists, dietitians, strength staff, same coaches, like you've been built through and again, back to like, I know coaches change and things like that, but if you're lucky enough to have the same exact head coach for the time that you're in college, you might have a new offensive line coach or you might have a new running back coach, but for the majority, the scheme stays the same. Right. And you have the same strength coach and you have the same, you might have like an assistant leave here and there and get new guys, but you're still running the same programs.
Exactly.
So now though, you're having guys like, okay, let's say like we'll go like this. We'll say an under-recruited guy, a guy he's legit, he's a freak, should have gone to a big school, but he didn't play at a big enough school. He got under-recruited, and let's say he goes to Bowling Green for a season. He goes to Bowling Green, he balls out, goes crazy. He leaves Bowling Green. Now Bowling Green doesn't have a quarterback. Bowling Green was banking on you for at least 3 years.
Right.
Bowling Green doesn't have a quarterback. You're getting paid a fat check to go somewhere, to go to a bigger school. You get a fat check to go to a bigger school. Bowling Green doesn't get any money from that check. They're the ones that offered you. They're the ones that found you and recruited you.
Gave you the opportunity.
Gave you the opportunity. All these other big schools said, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah.
But then they gave you the opportunity. Now you leave,
Yep.
and let's say this quarterback now goes to let's say it goes to Texas A&M. Okay, a big Texas school, SEC. Goes to Texas A&M. Doesn't pan out. He goes to Texas A&M. Stage is too big. Ball's too much faster. Whatever.
Yep.
Well, now he stole money from Texas A&M.
Oh, right.
Bowling Green didn't get anything,
Yeah.
and now he's probably transferring again. He didn't develop. He didn't learn anything.
Oh, and all this time's been wasted.
Yeah. It's all been wasted. He played a season. Well, now he's going to hit the portal again. He's going to go back down to a smaller school. Let's say he went from Bowling Green, went to A&M, and now he goes from A&M and he goes to Eastern Carolina. Well, now Eastern Carolina probably got a deal. They're not having to pay him a shitload of money because he sucked at A&M the year before.
Right.
But they still had to come some kind of check for them to get him there because they know he's somewhat of a ball player, right?
Right.
He goes to Eastern Carolina and he balls out again. Well, now that you're just in it's a nonstop cycle. Okay,
Right.
well, he balled out at Eastern Carolina again.
Right.
Well, now another big school, he's going to be a senior. Another big school needs a quarterback again. They're going to give him a giant check.
Yep.
And it's 50-50 if it pans out.
Right. Well, and then take it to the next level. Think of all the NFL scouts that are like, is this guy good or is he not good?
Yeah, is he good?
What's his
Well,
strengths,
he
what's his
plays
weaknesses?
he plays good against small schools. He went
Right.
to a big school. He wasn't very good.
Right.
Yeah, so no, it's a and
Is
it's
it the
a-
system? Is it his talent level?
Is it the players around him? Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, no,
And so
it's
now
a whole
they're
it's a
like,
whole clusterfuck.
Do we burn a draft pick or you know if he gets that
And that's
far or
and that's
whatever?
kind of part of the scouting thing. You know what I mean, you
Right.
gotta. It's kind of why you hire some of the guys or whatever.
right. Crunch all the data.
Oh
and do
yeah,
all that. Yeah.
it's fun stuff.
Yeah. You weren't drafted. Were you in the draft?
So yeah, this
You were on
this
the-
is where my draft stuff even gets even fun. My coaching staff got fired.
This is at Mizzou.
This is at Mizzou, my last year. This 2019 season.
Okay.
My whole coaching staff gets fired after the season. Clean house. They clean house.
Just because of the record and everything?
Yeah. Well, I think we went 6-6 again.
Okay.
So we were bowl eligible, but and Barry had the best winning record in the first 3 seasons for a head coach in Mizzou history.
Wow.
So Shiv not got fired, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, there was some stuff that had happened. We got a suspension. We got suspended from bowl game. We lost our bowl eligibility. We lost X amount of scholarships because of a tutor. I guess the tutor was doing homework and tests for a bunch of players and athletes.
Bro, that never happens.
What was crazy though was it was before anybody that was on the coaching staff or any of the players that were on the team were even there.
Oh.
So this had panned back to like the 2013, 2014 season.
Wow.
And this was 2019.
How they
So
figure
you're
that
talking
out?
you're talking about 6 years now,
Right.
6-7 years later, but we were the ones getting penalized because that's when the investigation had ended.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So we got penalized for it. So we
It's
got
a
the
long
bowl ban.
investigation.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, so I think at the time the athletic director used it as because we had gotten a new AD, and so our AD hadn't hired Coach Odom. The AD before had. So I think they kind of used that as like,
I see.
hey,
Right.
this happened, and so now we're going to fire you. I'm going
Even though you're the most winningest coach.
I'm going to go get my guy. Now I'm not saying anything
Sure.
against Drink, the head coach. Now he's doing something.
Yeah.
I think he's the most winningest head coach now.
Two
And
in a
the
row like
first
that.
4 seasons, yeah.
Good for
They've
them.
had 2 back-to-back 10-win seasons. They're on the up and up.
That's awesome.
He's doing what he can with the guys there. And yeah, I think he's doing a great job. But Odom got fired from that.
Yeah.
So I literally got hit with 3 choices: was come back, learn a new playbook under the offensive staff.
This is your senior year?
This is my junior year. This would have been going into my senior year.
Oh, okay.
So I could go back, learn a new offense with the new staff.
Mm-hmm.
I could transfer to I had Florida State was in my DMs, Purdue was in my DMs, Tennessee was in my DMs, which it's hilarious now because at the time it was illegal. So like they can't
allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah. They couldn't reach it. Well, now it doesn't matter. They can't you can do all you want now.
Right. Yeah.
So at the time I had Tennessee, Florida State, all Purdue. These guys were all reaching out to me because what I decided to do was I was like, I'm going to take a chance on myself. I'm going to declare. I was like, worst case scenario for me. I was like, worst case scenario. I'm going like 5th, 6th round. Best case scenario, I'm going like 3rd or 4th. Right?
Hell yeah.
I'm like, who gives a shit? I'm like, fuck, I'll just bet on myself.
See what happens.
And so that's where I decided. I declared early because all 3 scenarios was like I have to learn a new playbook anyway, and I learned a new scheme. So I was like, I don't want to transfer, go somewhere, and then like I end up having a super shitty year,
right? And
then I go to the draft. Though everybody's gonna be like, you suck.
Yeah.
So
then, just remember your last
year. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I just declare, bet on myself. End up going undrafted. I might have had some bad stuff on my side.
What was that night like? Because you're anticipating, right? You're like,
yeah. I mean, I knew. Well, so the first night, I knew I wasn't going first round.
Right.
Like, it is what it is. I'm not naive to it. I'm 6'3". I got short hands. I got short arms, small hands.
Yeah.
Everybody talked about it the entire time.
Like all the analysts and stuff.
Yeah, it still gets brought up now. When I go through for agency and stuff, people still talk about like my arm length and hand size.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's insane. It's like there's game film now. Like we can just watch film.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who cares about arm length?
Yeah.
Tape's the tape. You know what I mean? But still gets brought up now.
Dude, getting picked apart like that has got to be so uncomfortable.
But the combine is actually hilarious.
Did you do the combine?
Yes.
Okay.
So my class, so 2019 was right before COVID hit.
Okay.
So my combine was like the last normal combine, I think, other than like last year. I think it was like everything's back to normal now post COVID. But the combine's hilarious because you fly into Indy, you get a roommate. Some guys, luckily for me, I had another offensive lineman that was my teammate that we were both left. So we were roommates at the combine together. So we were roommates at the combine together. You have other guys that are like, you have a random roommate that you've never met before.
Sure.
You're all interviewing basically for the same stuff.
Oh.
So every night you do it's like speed dating.
Okay.
So you go into this room. There's coaches, scouts, front office members, all around all these tables and stuff like that. And there's a clock with an alarm.
No way.
And every 15 minutes, the alarm goes off. And you go to a new coach or a new team, or you go, let's say like there's like a round table in the middle. Most of the guys sit there until a coach comes and grabs you.
I got you.
So then if a coach comes and grabs you, do speed dating. Well, usually how it works is if one coach grabs you, as soon as you're done with that, another coach is like, another analyst is like waiting to grab you and take you to another table.
Right. There's no break for you.
Yeah, you do that for like 2 or 3 hours.
Oh,
but
they asking the same questions over and over?
Similar questions. Some of the guys try to put you like through tests, put like sheet of paper in front of you, like asking you football questions.
Like showing what's a football question?
Like they'll I remember like when I met with the Eagle Stout, he showed me like this blitz. And so it was a Sam strong safety. So in college we call it a shark. So shark, so the S is for strong side. And so it was literally the whole D line would crash to the left. The Sam would come off the line, and the strong safety would come off the line behind him. And so I remember he's like, "Hey, what do you call this?" I'm like, "Oh, this is a shark." He's like, "Okay, well, what if this happens?" I'm like, "Okay, well then you know that's a smog and that's a fog. Well, why do you call that?" Well, fog, free safety; smog, strong safety.
Okay.
And so just stuff like that. And then they're like, "Oh, okay," and then they're like, "Okay, well, let's like." They'll like line up an offensive line and they'll tell you like say each technique and like where they're at. So then like so then you're like, okay, 0 shade, 2I, 2, 3, 4I, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. And
they gotta do this in 15 minutes.
Well, it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like speed dating. They're asking you nonstop questions, seeing how fast you can respond, how long it takes you to think about stuff. They'll ask you just like regular like questions like
where you from?
Yeah, where are you from? What's going on? How many brothers and sisters do you have? Stuff like that.
Right.
So you have that. Well, while this is also going on, you have private meetings. So teams that want to meet with you privately will set up a time slot, and so they give you a card every day. And so when you get your card, you look on the back of it, and it's got like teams. Okay, I've got a meeting with this team at this time.
That's kind of exciting.
Yeah, so those are cool because it's like when it's like feels private, it's like, oh, okay, like this team's actually like really interested.
Right.
Like, this could be cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But for the most part, a lot of it's the speed dating stuff. Unless like obviously if I wasn't a big name guy, you know what I mean? So I'm sure there's all kinds of big name guys that had, they had
like fighting
10,
over
10, 15 private meetings, and stuff like that. So that you have that. And that starts the first day when you get there.
Oh, my God.
That you probably get done with that probably 11:30, 11:45. You go up to your room. You have, starting at 5 a.m., you have weigh-ins. So you get down at 11, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You probably have 20, 30 minutes to take a shower and chill and go to sleep before you have to get up at like 4:45 in the next morning to get up for your weigh-ins.
Right.
Well, then you go to weigh-ins. Well, the weigh-ins, I always tell weigh-ins is hilarious because you literally get down to your underwear. They line you up. Like you're in a single file line. Everybody's in the underwear. And they literally call you out one by one to the stage.
Oh, wow.
And it's a giant stage. And in front of it is just a whole like U of bleachers.
Uh-huh.
And it's all the coaches just from all the teams. So I'll always remember my weigh-in because I remember I get called up because they measure you. So like they have you put your arms out, they measure your hands, and they measure how tall you are before you step on the scale. And it's like an auctioneer's got a mic and he's just yelling it out to the whole crowd.
Your measurements.
Yeah, and everybody's just fucking sitting there with a notebook, just writing it down, writing down all the information. And I remember because like everybody's like, oh yeah, he's got short arms, small hands, or whatever. And I remember I'm like. Trying to stretch as long as possible, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so I remember I got up there to do my height, and everybody's like, oh, like, this guy, he's not going to be, like, he might be 6'2", maybe. And I end up measuring, like, I remember I was like 6'3" even. I remember I'm like, yeah, motherfuckers, yeah, what's up? That's right. And so then I remember I got on the scale, and I went and got on the scale, and I remember I literally looked up, and when I looked up, it was Andy Reid was just standing like right in front of me, or sitting right in front of me, and his big ass mustache. I remember I just started like laughing because I like made eye contact. I was like, oh shit,
what? Just so surreal, dude.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's like, and so I remember I laughed my ass off when that happened. I know there was one guy, I guess, because the rookies were telling us about last year. He treated it like you watch UFC fights. So you go to the weigh-ins, you get on scale, and people are like, yeah. I guess one of the guys got on the scale, and started yelling all the flexing, going crazy. I was like, I wish I would have thought of that.
That would be cool.
I was like, I bet that's sick. Yeah, they was walking up, being all crazy. So, I bet that would have been sick.
Yeah, I'm sure they would have loved it. Like, this guy's fired up.
Oh yeah.
But the event alone, I mean, the experience alone, like, dude, it's got to be terrifying.
Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't have a great combine, so I tore my pec while I was
during the combine.
During the combine on the bench.
Bench?
I was benching. Literally was just benching 225. I remember it because it's so funny because I remember I'm like benching. I'm like, oof.
Feeling good.
Feeling great. I'm like, I remember I'm like, I'm flying through these right now.
Right.
I'm like, I'm gonna hit. Like I'm about to do something crazy.
He did.
And I literally got to the 12th rep. I come up on 12 and feel like a pop, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. And I go back down, and I go to press, and like cannot press at all. So immediately drop the bar and like grab my pec, and the guy fucking grabs it. Oh no! And pulls it up, and he's like, "You just pop your pec." I go, "I think so." He goes, "I saw it. I saw it," and I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, I was like, "Fuck." Well, this is where the fun part begins. So, a month before the combine, I had torn my hamstring. Training for the combine, but I had lied.
Oh,
I didn't tell anybody. Yeah, I didn't tell anybody about it. And so I was like, oh yeah, like I'm healthy. I'm 100% healthy.
Which never happens.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm healthy. Like it's whatever. Well, then when I tore my pec, they had me go back and get like a full body MRI.
Damn.
And then when I went and got the MRI, they found my hamstring. So they're like, hey, how come like you didn't tell us about your hamstring?
Like, what are you talking about?
I was like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
I feel great.
Yeah, I'm awesome. So then after I got like red flagged. Oh, everybody's like, this guy torn pec, torn hammy.
Yeah.
Well, then we get my pro days coming up. And I'm like, okay, like I'll be able to like
That's at Mizzou.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm feeling good. Like I just started benching again. Like I'm feeling somewhat. I'm gonna be able to do field work. I might not be able to run a 40, but I'm gonna be able to do field work.
Right.
Like, this is gonna be good.
Did you like tear it the pec, or is it like like that grade 1, 2, and 3?
It was grade 2, so it was torn enough to where I couldn't do a bunch of stuff on it, but it wasn't enough for me to get surgery.
Okay.
So it was one of those things where I was like in a limbo, like, well, I can't do shit on it,
Right.
but like I can't just get surgery on it and get it
Right.
fixed. And then literally, I think my pro day was March 8th at Mizzou. I was back home, finally feeling good, training for it. COVID shut everything down March 6th.
Oh, wow.
Shut down.
Oh, great. Awesome.
They canceled all the pro days, canceled all the visits. I did like 5 meetings on Zoom with teams before the draft. Me and my agent like sat and talked. He's like, "Hey, I'm just giving you a heads up. Like a couple of teams already told me they're red flagging you.
Just
like
from
draft,
all the
like
stuff.
yeah, basically like if
Yeah.
they draft you, it's at like their own risk kind of thing. Like you know, like you've got injury history now. You lied about the injuries, like." So this is kind of like what's going to happen.
Right, yeah.
So I remember I literally went into the draft and I was like, okay, like, I'm still good. In my
Not
mind,
as
I
high
was
as I wanted
yeah,
to be.
in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm red flag, but I was like, I'm still better than like these guys. Like, I'm getting drafted. I'm
Yeah.
like, in my mind, I'm getting drafted.
Somebody
like,
wants me.
Yeah, like, somebody's at least going to pull the trigger. I was like, I don't even care how late it is.
Just
but
somebody desperate enough out
it's
there.
going to happen. And I remember because I got the Jaguars and Carolina called me in the 4th round. And I was
That's
like, oh, I'm getting drafted.
Yeah.
They didn't draft me.
What'd they say?
Just Carolina told me they were going to draft me.
Really?
Didn't
And then
draft
they
me.
decided,
Nope, didn't draft me.
we called the wrong guy.
Yeah, I guess. Because I remember just being fuming mad. And then day 3 came, and my agent was like, "Hey, like we're probably like 5th, 6th round." And then he was like, if we don't hear her call by the 6th, then we're probably not getting drafted.
Interesting.
Like 7th round is mainly guys that are like, project guys or they're like going to be playing special teams. It's like, yeah. Well, I'm not going to be running out on kickoff, so I'm probably not going to the 7th round.
What a sight.
Yeah, no doubt. And I remember the 5th round came around, and Baltimore called and was like, "Hey."
Who was it?
It was Joe D'Alessandro, my O-line, the O-line coach I was with there.
Okay,
Is my
nice.
guy.
Nice.
I love him. He passed away this past year. Love the man to death. He was one of the coolest people ever. And I remember he called me. He was super straight up front. He's like, "Hey, he's like, don't get everybody jump up and down. We're not drafting you." I was like, "Damn,
Okay.
damn."
What else you
like,
got?
But he's like, "But I do want you here."
Okay.
And so that's when they kind of were like, "Hey, like if you go undrafted, we want to sign you
Oh, cool.
for X amount of money, yada yada yada." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, and that's when my agent was like, "Hey, like this is good."
Yeah.
And so basically that happened, and it came down. It came down to Baltimore, Kansas City.
Wow.
And Kansas City they just won the Super Bowl later season, and what kind of I was like looking at rosters is so I knew it 6 rounds over. I knew I was going undrafted. Well, Kansas City actually offered me more money to go there, but I felt for me Baltimore was a better situation at the time. They had like 2 or 3 guys that were like on 1-year deals, and they had like 2 undrafted guys that had played like in the last couple of years or whatever.
Right.
They had like an undrafted guy every year that made the team. And so I was like, okay, this could be like a good situation. Like I'm feeling good about this, whatever.
I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no, I would never change. So I remember telling like, okay, I'm gonna sign with you guys, and then we had to tell. I basically like Andy Reid called me, Belima called me.
He remembered you, dude.
Yeah, I'm on the phone with Coach Bienemy, Andy Heck, all these guys, and I'm like, I remember I'm like, yeah, like we're gonna go with Baltimore. Like I appreciate it. Like yada yada yada. Thank you for like thanking me.
They're trying to convince you.
Yeah, like they're trying to convince you. They flip like, hey, we're giving you more money.
Yeah.
Like that means we believe in you more. Like we have this amount. But the way I was looking at it was they just come off the Super Bowl. Well, they had like 20 offensive linemen on the roster.
Wow.
And so, like, if I would have signed there, I would have been, like, the 21st, 22nd guy. Well, only 9 or 10 make the roster.
Oh, I see, yeah.
So it's like...
Even no more money.
Yeah.
It's like the opportunity.
We're talking about now... that means I have to beat out 12 guys.
Right.
And you already had you guys just won the Super Bowl. So you guys weren't going to switch up a whole lot up front to begin with.
Things are working.
Things are working. Things are going great here.
Yeah.
And so it was like, well, I was like, that's not really a good situation for me to be in. I got to beat out 13 guys.
Did you explain that to them? Like
no,
that?
no, I didn't know.
You just said, I'm going to Baltimore.
Yeah, me and my agent broke it down. I broke it down with my dad. We were sitting in the living room. I was like, bro.
Yeah.
And like with Baltimore, there's like 13 guys.
Yeah.
And I was like looking at them like, yeah, but I mean, like, these 3 guys only have 1 year left on their deal. They've got no guaranteed money.
Right.
So that's like they're trying to make a roster spot too. Like I was like, this is just a better shot for me.
Yeah.
So I ended up, I signed with Baltimore. And I always tell this part of it because it's funny because I remember my agent, Kansas City was like, no, we really want you, blah, blah.
That's pretty cool.
Well, my agent was like, well, if you want us, like, you're going to have to draft us. If you don't draft us, then we're signing with the Ravens after the draft.
What's the difference between the draft? Like, would you have gotten more money or, like,
more
prestige?
It's funny. So the draft, where you're picked at, your signing bonus is basically already slotted.
Okay.
And you negotiate, basically, if your rookie contract's guaranteed or not.
Oh, okay.
If you're undrafted, you can negotiate for however big you want your signing bonus to be.
Oh, interesting.
Or if you want your thing guaranteed. Because I remember in my class, my signing bonus was more than our 6th and 7th round pick.
Oh, wow.
In that class.
That's interesting.
So it's all about, like, there's more negotiation room.
For you.
Yeah. I mean, like, at the end of the day, obviously, like, I would love to be able to sit here and tell everybody, like, oh, yeah, I got drafted in X amount of pick. But, here I am now. I'm going on year 6. I don't have any regrets. So it is. Well, it is what it is.
No, I think you're chasing the ring and not the bling.
No doubt. But, the Chiefs traded back into the 7th round.
You were like, oh, shit. Am I
So my dad and them and his brother and my mom, they're all like huge Chiefs fans.
Yeah, of course.
Like, love the Chiefs. Go Arrowhead, blah, blah. And so when
it's
the
a dream
Chiefs
come true for them.
So my agent had like told the Chiefs like, hey, you guys have to trade back in if you want to. Well, then they traded back in the 7th round, and my whole family started going crazy. Like, it's happening! Oh shit! And then they ended up drafting like a guy like a DB for special teams.
Interesting.
And my dad was like, fuck, whoa, this is bullshit.
Going to Baltimore.
Yeah. Fuck, we're purple. Oh.
It's like get used to it, Dad.
Yeah, bro.
What a freaking crazy experience.
Oh yeah. Fun
Like,
part.
To come from high school all the way up, and now it's like, now you're in.
Yeah.
So then, I mean, how fast are you in Baltimore after that?
So that the COVID hit.
Oh, so it's not normal.
No, yeah. My rookie year was it's 100 times different than what it is now.
Right.
My rookie year, so the draft happens, I sign with Baltimore. Well, the other thing is usually, like, if you sign, you've got rookie minicamp. And so you go up there, you sign your contract, you go through all that kind of stuff, and then you go through basically like 4 or 5 days of practice, just rookies. We didn't have rookie minicamp because of COVID.
Right.
So
that would have been nice.
Yeah, right? It would have been great.
See the facilities, meet the coaches.
So I stayed, and we had rookie meetings.
Oh.
So I would get up there, it was Eastern time. So it would start at 7 a.m. Eastern time, so I had to be in meetings by 6 a.m. Central time every morning. And we would just have Zoom meetings, and they install the plays. And I literally just had a notebook. They FedEx an iPad over to us, like sent like a box of like a whole bunch of clothes and an iPad.
Bunch of Ravens?
Like Ravens gear and stuff.
Okay.
And then I had my iPad, and I had to like learn the playbook.
Right.
We didn't have rookie minicamp, so there wasn't no like in person, go through practice, go through that. We didn't have OTAs. So once OTA started, that's usually like vets, and then the rookies join, and then you have like you're doing like organized workouts together as a team, workouts, practice, all that. We didn't have any of that.
Right. Like that's all about momentum, right?
Yeah,
like
that's all.
Everybody's getting up to speed. And
everybody's going at the same pace. We didn't have any of that. My first time in Baltimore was literally reporting for training camp in August.
Oh wow!
So I did workouts with our strength coach over Zoom.
Really?
It was
you set your phone up or something.
It was hilarious because
just open the laptop.
So they had like X amount of money they could spend on each player.
Okay.
So they spent, I think it was like $1,500 to $3,000 for each. They sent everybody like a prowler sled, medicine ball, a shit ton of bands.
That's cool.
And then based on like where you were working out at is what workout program you're in. So if guys had a weight room, then okay, you use weights, you're in this program. If you're at home, didn't have a weight room, and couldn't go to the gym, okay, then you were in this workout program because you couldn't use weights.
Okay.
And so that's how they like broke it up.
Oh, because the gyms are closed.
Yeah, because of COVID.
Okay. I forget. Yeah.
And so we would literally, I'd be on Zoom. And they sent everybody a tripod to set up your phone.
Amazing.
And so, well, this was the funny part is, so in COVID, that's the only way we got paid. So if you didn't show up for the Zoom workout, or if you didn't have your phone where it showed you during the workout, they didn't pay you.
Whoa.
So that's how they were.
Seems fair.
Yeah,
Seems fair.
Yeah, no doubt. But it was team to team because I had another guy that was with the Browns, and they sent him a workout. As long as they showed up for the meetings in Zoom, then they got paid, and then you did the workout on your own.
Interesting.
But how the Ravens did it was like, no, you got to come to meetings and you got to do the Zoom workout.
Right.
If you miss one of them, you're not getting paid.
They paying you weekly or like?
Yeah, weekly.
Oh, okay, I see.
So you had to go to 3 out of the 4 days to get paid.
Okay.
And so you couldn't literally. I remember I'd have my AirPods in, have my phone on a tripod, working out in my gym, in my garage in college. Our strength staff at Mizzou, they got like an old Mizzou rack out of like storage and brought like a whole bunch of equipment. Yeah, they brought it over to me in one of my buddy's house.
Oh, nice.
And so we trained in his gym, and literally in his garage. They set it up for us and everything. It was dope.
Dang, that is crazy. That's why the Ravens are better, by the way. They're like, you have to work out.
Yeah,
we're not paying you.
We're not paying you shit if you don't show up.
Did you get like good workouts? I mean,
oh yeah. So my strength coach at the time was Steve Saunders.
Okay,
I still work out with him today.
That's awesome.
And it's funny because like I'll be in the gym at Midwestern and people are like, "Are you on FaceTime?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like this is how I worked out during COVID.
Right,
so I know I can do it now. So I either have my earbuds in, I prop my phone up to
Yeah.
where he can see me, and he literally runs me through my whole workout.
So he's just telling you like, let's get another rep of squat or
Yeah,
whatever.
like counting like if we have like let's say like we're doing core, he's got the timer on his phone, and he's like telling me like, hey, 10 more seconds, and it's all right, you're good.
That's badass.
Yeah,
I would love to do that with someone
so
like that.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's how I still do it now.
Huh. Okay. Wow. So so you get to August, right? It's the first time you're in Baltimore.
Yeah.
What's that like? Day one.
Well,
are you living there, by the way? Like, did you buy a house or like an apartment or something?
So, when I was there, I rented out a townhouse while I was there, which is so when we got there, it was COVID still. Well, so before COVID, you'd be at the hotel for training camp, and everybody had roommates.
Right.
Well, now COVID, you couldn't have a roommate because of COVID.
Oh, sure.
So it was the first time nobody had to have roommates. So all the guys, like all the older vets, were like, "You guys are lucky. Like you guys have fuck you. You guys have no idea. Like blah blah blah. Fucking my roommate would snore his ass off. I couldn't sleep. It's like no roommates because of COVID.
Right.
But we had to do the COVID test every day.
Oh my.
So we would get the nose scraped or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then you would literally sit in your hotel room until you got a text saying, "Hey, you're clear."
You're good.
And if you're good, there would be a shuttle, and then you get on the shuttle, and it would bus you to the facility.
Wow.
And then I'd say this training camp. So then you would go 5 days a week. Our only off day was a Saturday or Sunday. And then you'd go, and it was literally rinse and repeat. There was no preseason games because of COVID.
Oh, right.
So we would just have scrimmages on Saturdays against each other.
Yeah.
And then that was literally my whole first training camp. It was
what's going through your mind? I mean, like you made it, like you're in the NFL, and you're on an amazing franchise.
well. So it's crazy because I got cut originally.
Right.
So some people always are like, oh yeah, but you got cut. Most people don't know I got cut. I got cut originally, and the way it was broken down to me is the reason I got cut is I was undrafted, and we didn't have any game film because we didn't have preseason. So
they didn't have anything to go off of.
So other teams were like interested, but they wanted me to sign to their practice squad. And I'm like, why would I leave Baltimore, where like I know the offense, I know the scheme, to go to another place, have to learn another offense, learn another scheme, and you still might not call me up.
Right.
So then I stayed in Baltimore, and I literally was on practice squad for a week. So I was on practice squad for a week. I got my townhouse, had my car shipped out, literally moved all in. I just moved into my apartment or my townhouse. And and we played the Chiefs. I think it was Sunday night or Monday Night Football.
How ironic.
It was one of even funnier. It was one of those games. Well, Reeder, the center for the Chiefs at the time, rolls his ankle in the game and like just fucks it up real bad, and he's gonna be out for X amount of time.
Yeah.
The same time, David Andrews had like the jaw thing in New England and like broke his shit, and so he was gonna be out for a while. Both of these two centers, and so my agent literally calls me. I get home from Monday. I've lived in my apartment for a week. I get home from Monday Night Football at like 1 a.m. Literally just fallen asleep. My agent calls me at like 5:30 in the morning.
Good Lord.
And is like, hey, we need to talk. I'm like, I'm up. What's up?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? He goes, the Chiefs and the Patriots just called me. They want to sign you to their active roster.
Wow.
Do you want to leave Baltimore and just sign and not give Baltimore a chance to match it? Or do you want to call Baltimore and see if they'll match it? Well, I literally lived in my apartment for a week.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, yeah, I want to see if they'll match it. Like, I just got my car shipped out. Like, I don't have to move all my shit again. And so my agent literally called them. And so he called me at 5:30. And at 7:30, I was in Baltimore getting signed to the active roster.
Oh, nice. So
then
that worked out very
well.
well.
Yeah, it worked out great. And then I was active and then ended up making 3 starts by the end of the year, played, and then here we are.
Dude, that's amazing.
Going to year 6.
So I was reading your Wikipedia page, and when you got I don't know if it was one of your first times playing, but the team got COVID.
So yeah,
and then you got bumped up.
COVID game.
That's
what I call it, the COVID game.
The COVID game.
So literally, so my first start, I tell everybody I played Monday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
I've played.
What a badass way to start.
Yeah, no doubt.
Monday Night
I've
Football.
I've played in every game except for. I think I haven't played a Friday night. I think it's the only. No, it's Tuesday. Tuesday is the only day of the week I haven't played a football game on yet.
That's incredible.
I've played Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we were supposed to play Steelers on a Thursday night football for like right around Thanksgiving time, and we were supposed to play Steelers in Pittsburgh, rivalry game. Big deal, right?
Huge
awesome. Rah, rah, rah. Yeah, exactly, right?
Of all the games to start.
And so, I had been inactive. So I was on active roster. I would practice all week, and then on game day, I was in a hoodie, shorts, hoodie sweats, running the iPad for my coach, writing shit down on paper for him, anything he needed to do. Okay. So I literally was basically like an assistant on game day. Okay. I'd get the guys needed water. I get you water.
But you're dressed
smelling salt. No, I wouldn't. No. I was in a hoodie and sweats.
Oh, that's right.
So you have 53 guys on active roster. I think it's only like 46 or 47 are actually dressed on game day. So there's 6 guys that are on active roster that don't dress on game day. So I was one of those guys my rookie year, and so I remember. I was active for the first time the week before because one of our guards had got hurt. So I was our backup center and our emergency guard. So I was like, 2 other guys were going to guard before I had to play guard. It was hilarious. And we played the Colts. We beat them in Indy. It was awesome. That was my first time being active. I was like, this is insane. Like, this is awesome. Like, I'm wearing helmet and pads. This is just awesome. The next week we're supposed to play Pittsburgh. Thursday Night Football in Pittsburgh.
Not serious.
So we have practice Monday, and when we have practice, how a short week works. So you play Sunday. So when you get done, if you play on Thursday, usually you come in Monday for like meetings, and you have like an up-tempo walkthrough, maybe Monday afternoon or Monday evening, and then Tuesday is like another up-tempo kind of practice. You might put your helmet and not your shoulder pads, but we call them like soft shoulders, like girdles on. Okay. And you might like be more up tempo. Yeah. And then Wednesday you travel, and then you play Thursday. Right. Well, so we had our Monday. We came in Monday afternoon and evening for meetings and a walkthrough. We get home. I get a phone call so there's COVID, so everybody's having to test every day still. So I get a call Monday at 10:30. 3 of our tight ends had tested positive for COVID. Our starting center at the time, Pat, one of my boys, had tested positive for COVID. And there was we had 12 guys that had tested positive for COVID from tests that day.
Not good.
So, and we didn't go into the afternoon. So like they were just getting the results, and we were all around each other.
Right.
Or like,
and it's a short
like
week.
3 or 4 hours ago, we were all around each other.
Right.
So then I get a call, and they're like, "Hey, you need to get on the phone right now with our tight ends coach. You're going to be our jumbo tight end this week.
Whoa.
Like, you're going to be our Thursday. We need you to learn all these things."
Oh my God.
And I'm like, truthfully, I barely knew our offensive playbook at the time.
Right.
So I'm like, what? I need to learn what?
A whole new position.
A whole new
dude.
position. And learn like all their motions, their
Oh my
combos, what they're doing, right? So I'm like shitting myself. So I go through that whole meeting. Literally go through the whole meeting. And we go to Tuesday. Tuesday, all we have is Zoom meetings because like 8 more people tested positive. So they're having like a full shutdown. Nobody's allowed in the facility.
Wow.
And we're supposed to play Thursday.
Yeah.
So then we go Tuesday. And we're in Tuesday now. And I learned all the tight end stuff. I know all the motions, the Y attaches, getting off, waving receivers off. You know, I'm like,
Nice.
I'm in. I'm like, I'm a tight end now. Like I'm gonna catch a touchdown on Thursday.
That'd be badass.
Like I'm lit, right? And so I remember I wasn't even going to our offensive line meetings.
Wow.
At this point during the Zoom week,
Yeah.
because it was literally me, Nick Boyle, and then 2 guys that they had signed that day
Oh my God.
off the street
Oh my God.
because they needed to get bodies.
Right.
Well, then Tuesday, Boyle tests positive for COVID.
So it's just you.
So it's me and it's 2 guys that signed off the street.
Oh
So I wasn't going to any offensive line meetings. I get a call at 11. I miss a call. Jody, my O-line coach, calls me at like 11:45 at night, Tuesday night. And I think I was like getting out of the shower or whatever, and I just missed a call. And I'm getting out, and Harbs calls me. And I answer, and he's like, "Hey, have you talked to Joe D?" And I was like, "No, I haven't. Like, what's up? What's going on?" And he goes, "Skura just tested positive for COVID. So everything you just learned in the last 2 days, we need you to forget. You're starting at center this week."
Oh my God. Which you're more comfortable
I was.
with.
Yeah, I was a lot more comfortable doing
Yeah.
it. But I'm like sitting here, I'm like,
All that
dang.
work.
Well, like I hadn't been at any of the offensive line meetings. Like I didn't know how we were like doing our protection, how we were
Right.
doing our slides, how he wanted me to call combos, nothing, right?
Arguably more difficult position.
No, tight
No.
ends. I will say this to the day I day. Tight end, I think, is mentally the hardest position, other than quarterback.
Sure.
Other than quarterback, and then in some defenses, I'll say the linebackers got a lot that they have to do, like getting the defense all set up, depending on the scheme you're in.
Right.
But for the most part, team to team, I think tight end is the most mentally hardest because you have to be in tune with the pass game and the run game.
Right.
So you have to know
Can't
all
just
the,
take one off.
Yeah, you have to know all the like for us, like, okay, like pass game, like all I need to really know is, hey, they run these kind of blitz on this down, what down distance, what hash are we on?
Right.
Okay, here's stack. Okay, if you're a tight end, you have to say, okay, they run this kind of blitzes, what hash are on what kind of stack? Okay, if this guy runs this kind of blitz, I need to run this route.
Yeah.
Oh, if this guy sits in this zone like this, I need to run this route.
Yeah.
Or, hey, if it's man, then I need to run this this certain route.
Right.
So you have 3 different routes on a play.
That
but
you don't know.
They could all change on the snap of the ball.
Right. Just by one person going this way or that way or not doing
And it
anything.
can be the same thing in the run game. Okay, well on this certain play, I've got the backside safety. I just got to cut him off. Okay, well here comes a corner cat. Well, I need to make sure the ball gets handed off. So now I'm going to peel back and make sure the ball can get. I'm going to block the corner that's coming off the edge now instead of worried about the backside safety.
Yeah.
So it's just stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. Tight end, I'm telling you, mentally, tight end I think is the hardest, other than quarterback and linebacker in some schemes.
Right.
I
It's
think
right up there.
Yeah.
Such a multi-dimensional
Oh,
player.
dude, it's hard.
Yeah, that sounds super hard.
I'm telling you, it is hard.
But so you were happy to get back to
Yeah, I was happy to get back to the O-line room. Well, so this is Tuesday night. We're supposed to travel Wednesday. So basically, I get told the day before the game that, hey, you're starting at center now. Like, come on. Like, and at this time, it's Cam Hayward, Stephen Tuitt, TJ Watt, Bud Dupree still there.
Dear God.
Like, I'm like seeing like deer headlights. I'm like, holy shit.
This is who I'm up against.
Yeah, like oh fuck. Tyson Lulu is the nose at the time. He's having a great year at the time, And I remember I was like, he told me that. I immediately like got my iPad and I'm like rewatching the whole D line.
Oh yeah.
Because I've been watching the ends. Because
Right.
I was like, I'm gonna be a tight end. Like I just gotta block this guy on this, whatever.
Right.
Well, now I'm like going back. I'm like looking at how the nose plays, like run and pass.
Yeah.
Seeing how Cam Hayward goes like about like back blocks and
Yeah,
stuff. Like
yeah.
I'm like, oh shit,
It's absolutely
like,
devastating.
Yeah, it's completely different. And I remember we literally had a meeting Wednesday afternoon. At this point, I think we had 31 guys on the COVID list.
31.
They had already postponed the game till like I think it was like Friday, and then they got postponed to Sunday. And then we got to like Sunday, and then you've got guys that are like, like we're not even 100% healthy. Lamar
Right.
gets COVID, JK gets COVID. You get like we're playing with basically like all of our 2s and 3s. Like there's like maybe 5 like actual starters that are gonna play in this game. So then guys are like, man, fuck, like we're not gonna fuck the play this, fuck the NFL.
Well,
like,
divisional game,
yeah, we're
rival
talking about
game.
playing on COVID, like fuck the NFL. And I remember being in there, and I was like, damn, like this might be like my one opportunity.
Right,
You know what I mean? Like you only like get one chance to make a starter. Like
Right.
sometimes you suck. Like okay, you might not get an opportunity. And so like I'm like sitting here, I'm like, no, let's play this game. Fuck,
Boys, I think we should play.
we can do it, guys. Wait, come on. Like, we'll be okay.
Hey, come on. We don't feel that bad.
Yeah. Like, fuck COVID. We'll be fine. We're better than these guys.
Pull it together.
Yeah. And I remember because I remember we literally had a meeting and we had a vote. Like basically the guys like, hey, like we have like, do we want to play the game? Do we not want to play the game? Or do we want to try and push the game to the end of the year?
Oh yeah.
And we ended up getting past. Like we'll play the game. Well, this is funny. So now it's set for Wednesday.
Of the next week.
Of the next week.
Yeah.
So basically, we got the whole week off.
Right.
We practiced like once.
Wow.
Because
everybody's
COVID.
recovering.
Yeah. And so then we go play Wednesday night football or whatever. And I remember it's super funny is because we had somebody tested positive right before we got on the plane. But nobody saw the message until after we landed.
Oh.
Because of the plane.
Right.
So
service.
So then we literally landed and everybody's like, somebody tested positive. And everybody was like, shut the fuck up. Like, don't say shit. Like, we're already here. We're playing the fucking game. Don't say shit.
Right.
And I was like, whoa.
Oh,
this is crazy.
At that point.
Yeah, I'm like sitting here. I'm like, this is crazy. And yeah, we played Wednesday night football, COVID game.
And you started.
I started at center, yeah.
What was that like?
My first play of the game. I still say this is my welcome. Everybody, you're welcome to the NFL moment, whatever.
Yeah.
And mine's not like anything crazy, but first play of the game, we ran a counter to the right. So I had a back block. Cam Hayward was at a 3 or 4 eye, and I had a back block on Cam Hayward.
No big deal.
I go to back block him, and it's so funny because like now like I think about it, like I've played him a couple of times now, and I like think about like especially I play the Steelers quite a bit now, and I know like okay they were like these defensive scheme like here comes the edge pressure, this three's gonna go over the cross, Cam's gonna either swim me or go through my face, like there's no in between, and at the time as a rookie. You don't think about that kind of stuff. Like I see a guy on the end of the line of scrimmage, I'm like, what's he doing?
Wonder what he's up to.
And now I see, I'm like, they're blitzing.
That's cool.
So
That's cool.
But at the time my rookie year, they bring the guy up, and Big O.
Hey, how's it going?
Orlando said something, but at the time I'm like, man, like whatever.
Yeah.
Like Orlando's probably sure was like, hey, like alert, like there's a motherfucker over here. I'm pretty sure they were about to crash.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, whatever. And I literally snapped the ball and I go to hit Cam as hard as I can, and he just swims me, and I just flop and hit the ground and I lay on my face. And like thankfully RG3 was my quarterback of the game, and he threw like the RPO outside. So he didn't hand it off anyway, because he would have handed it off, it would have been blown up.
Yeah.
But I remember I literally hit the ground, and in my mind I was like, oh my God, this is my first play in the NFL. I was like, this cannot be my first play. I literally popped up, and I ran and hit Cam as hard as I could.
Just found
like
him.
He turned to chase the ball, and I literally popped up, ran, and just fucking hit him as hard as I could, and he didn't fucking move.
Of course.
I hit it's like I hit a fucking brick wall, and he was like, okay, Rook. And I was like, shit.
That absolutely is a welcome to the
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Okay, Rook.
Because he was like a 7-8 year vet at the time,
Right.
and I was like, rookie first game.
Yeah.
He had just made me fall on my face, and my mom like, fuck that, I gotta hit this guy as hard as I
Right.
can. If I can hit him, I hit a brick wall. I was like, oh fuck.
Welcome to the NFL,
yeah,
baby.
babe. So that was my first play. Overall, though, I had a pretty good game.
Yeah. Like after that, kind of picked up on it.
Yeah. After that, well, I think it's like that first drive was like.
I got the jitters out, I mean.
Well, I didn't play a game in a year.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So my last game in college was Black Friday against Arkansas. I didn't play a game until the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, a whole year later. And it was a COVID game.
Right.
Because we didn't have preseason.
Right.
So all my stuff, I practiced. You know what I mean? I practiced. But I didn't have any games or game rep or anything for a whole year.
No preseason.
Nothing because of COVID. So that was my first time, was literally that moment. It was the first time being in a game again.
He's like a little rusty. I fell on my face.
Yeah. I'm good.
We're good.
And and I say this all the time. Like, thankfully, like at the time, like Ravens, like we had Calais, we had Derek Wolfe, Brandon Williams. Like our D line was so good. Matt Judon, our D line, Pernell McPhee. Our D line was so good at that time. Like anytime I was in practice, I was going against like dudes. Yeah. So like
true.
when I got to play in like games at the end of my rookie year, I ended up making 3 starts, and we're playing games. And I'm like these guys are good, but I'm like, they're not better than who I'm going against in practice.
Right, that's huge.
So I was like, oh, I just need to get like, it's a name. A lot of my rookie year was like okay, we played the Bengals. We played the Bengals at the end of the year, and we were just talking, like, I played a lot of Madden growing up with Geno Atkins as a starting nose for the Cincinnati.
Right.
And when I trained in the offseason at Atlanta is where Geno trained at.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this guy's stronger than fucking the strongest human being I've ever seen in my life.
That's terrifying.
This is Geno Atkins, all pro. Like, he's going to fuck me up. I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I need to lock the fuck in.
Yeah.
Well, like, no offense to Geno, but he's like year 11, year 12 Geno, he's at the end of his career. He retired after that game.
Oh,
he was at the end of his career, but like for me, it was so much of like name.
Oh, of course.
Like seeing, oh fuck, like this is Geno fucking Atkins.
Yeah.
And then playing in the game was like, okay, this is Geno Atkins, but like Geno's a little older now. Like this ain't the same Madden 15, 99 overall Geno Atkins.
But I'm Trystan.
I'm Trystan. Like, I just got blocked this motherfucker.
Yeah.
It is what it
I'm
is.
in the NFL too.
Yeah. And so after I was and I remember Calais said something to me after the Steelers game. Because he said, you had a pretty good game. Like, he has like his little boy, you had a pretty good game, Rook. Like, keep your head up, keep grinding, man. Like, you're going to be a good player.
That's awesome.
Like, and like you hear that from like those kind of guys.
Right.
And he's going into, I think, year 17, 18 now. He's signed back. Like, you hear something like that, it's like, okay. Like,
it means
I
so
can
much.
I can actually do this. You know? Like, I can actually play.
Right. Yeah, I mean, what a great team to be a part of course.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But like you said, as far as the defense goes, being that good.
Oh yeah, and I mean Wink Martindale was our DC while I was there, and he sent all the most exotic shit. So it was always like the shitty blitzes you see in practice for the most part you don't see in games.
Right.
So it's like you get to a game and it's like, oh, well this is just a. What are you doing over there? You're
just coming straight at me, rather than like flipping around and twisting. That's true. Being able to throw all the complex stuff and then you get into the game, it's like, okay, it's not so bad.
Yeah, so wait a minute.
What was like your favorite team to play?
Favorite team to play?
If you had one, maybe they're probably all unique.
Steelers is always a great and a fun game.
Yeah.
When I was 2 years ago, last year, when I was in Arizona, we went to Pittsburgh, and it was a great game. I had a blast. But my last year in Baltimore, we played Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh. It's one, like, to this day, it's probably one of the craziest weeks in my entire life. Zeit gets hurt, or starting right guard Zeitler. He gets hurt, banged up knee a little bit, and I didn't even know this at the time. So we play Sunday. I knew Zeit got banged up, but I was like, Zeit's like a vet kind of guy where it's like, if he gets banged up, it's like, like you're banged up, but you're going to play.
Right.
Like you don't really believe he's ever going to miss a game. Right. You know what I mean? Well, Monday, so Michaela was pregnant with Luca at the time. And I think at this point she's about 7 months pregnant. And she started going into labor. So a little early, a lot early.
Mm-hmm. So that's on your mind.
So, I was in Baltimore. I literally just get a phone call from Michaela, and she was here. And she's like, hey, I'm headed to the hospital. I think I'm going to labor, yada, yada. And I remember I literally just called Harbs. Was like, hey, Michaela just called me. She's going to the hospital. I'm getting on a flight.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Blah, blah, whatever. And they were like, oh, yeah, like, go take care of what you need to take care of, whatever. And so I literally flew in, got here, and was like in the hospital with Michaela for like 4 days.
Oh, man.
She's getting like all the magnesium bags, steroid shots. They're trying to get Luca's lungs to develop.
Wow.
Just in case they can't stop him from coming, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so it was terrifying. Like I thought I was about to lose our baby. Mm-hmm. They're calling, the Ravens are calling me like every other day, like, hey, Zeit's not looking good. Like, when are you going to be back?
Oh my God.
Like, we think you're going to have to play this week. And I'm like in the hospital. I'm in meetings in the hospital with Michaela. Me and her are playing like Boggle and like board games.
Trying to keep your mind off.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Oh,
and I literally got out of the hospital. Michaela finally got cleared to leave. And I literally got Michaela home and chilled out in the hospital at like Thursday night at like 11 o'clock. I flew out at 6 a.m. Friday morning, landed in Baltimore at like 8:30. We had practice at 10 o'clock. Literally got off the plane, got there, had Friday practice, starting at right guard. Friday practice, traveled Saturday, played Sunday.
Dear God. That's got to be so intense.
But Sunday was so awesome because I still remember to this day. It was literally, it's Pat, me, Benny P, and Linderbaum, and Morgan Moses. It was my dog. First off, Pat and Tyler are like two of my best friends. We still talk now. And Benny P is one of my boys that I'll love forever.
Nice.
And Morgan's like a big brother to me. But we have the same age, and I played next to him that game. He was our right tackle. And we're in the fourth quarter. And they do the Renegade. Oh, mama. Everybody goes crazy. Crazy Towers coming out, right? Well, for the Ravens, it's always like a rivalry video. So it's always like a Raven and Steelers like hype video.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, the whole clip is the fucking Steelers fucking up Ravens players or whatever.
Awesome.
Yeah, no doubt. Which vice versa, when it's in Baltimore, it's the
hype
you got
videos.
Terrell Suggs and all them fucking up Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. It's dope. It's a great experience, you know what I mean? But I literally remember, and it was like a one-score game. We were up like a score. It's like 8 minutes left in the game. And TJ Watt fucking walks out to the 50, does the fucking kick and the rep. The whole place going crazy towels. It's loud as fuck. You can't hear shit.
Yeah.
And we iced the game. We fucking went like on a 6-7 minute drive, kicked a field goal with like a minute 20 left in the game.
Peace
and
out.
so they had to score twice in like a minute 30, and it was a game. It was awesome.
That's so good.
Yeah, it was sick. It was sick.
Especially for the week that you had.
Oh yeah, it was
finally to be like, it's over.
Yeah,
I conquered. My wife's good.
Yeah,
I can just
everything's good.
Go to the next day.
Yeah, bro, yeah.
Go on there. That's amazing, especially for the Steelers.
Yeah. And we won. Yeah, so it's made that much more better.
There's nobody to beat more than them,
Oh yeah.
What was you've talked a little bit about, like, what was the culture like at Baltimore?
I mean, it was great.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's such like they got it's a winning culture. You know what I mean? Like the whole entire franchise, all they've done is won. And so it's kind of like the standard. Like when you walk in, it's like, hey, this is what's expected of you. You're expected to uphold like this kind of like tradition, and our tradition is fucking winning and kicking people's asses.
Yeah, it's a good tradition.
No, great tradition to be a part of. And so it's like one of those things, like you get there and it's like practices are hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Everything's hard.
Good.
But it's hard for a reason. And, that's why they're successful all the time.
Right. Got to put the work in.
Yeah.
Did you have to do anything, like, I know it was like COVID, so it's a little bit different, but like any sort of like rookie initiations?
So I got lucky. I'm telling you, COVID saved me. So usually, they have like the rookie, and I'm sure every team does it, but you have some kind of like rookie show,
Yeah.
So, guys show up, do like a rookie talent show.
Did you watch the Hard Knocks?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's got some kind of thing. Well, luckily for me, COVID, we couldn't do anything.
Right.
So like the worst thing The worst thing I had to do was I had to get like snacks for the room. Make sure like the guys had breakfast on Fridays and then food for the plane. Okay. But I had two other rookies in my class, so it was like a group effort between the three of us.
Makes it a little easier.
Yeah, and so it was stress free.
That's good.
And now like I'm like I was just telling you, Arizona, they're like, oh, rookies, make sure the fridge has all these waters in it. Right. And if it doesn't, it's your ass. And I'm like, damn. That sucks. Make sure you have my water.
I like Mountain Dew. Liquid death, baby.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it seems harmless, like the initiations or whatever.
Yeah, I'd say for the most part it's harmless. I'm sure there's some instances where like other like teams and people are probably taking it too far. But that's kind of where it goes back to like the organization, like and the values that you've built. Like when I was in Arizona, we had no problems. Mm-hmm. Baltimore, we had no problems. I was in New York for like 6 months and there was no problems. Mm-hmm. So like from that aspect, that starts from like, the veterans that are in the room, the guys that they had before them. So it's kind of just, I'm sure, trust me, I'm sure there's other places that they'll tell you all kinds of fucked up stories, but I don't have any.
I mean, from what I've seen, it's like on Hard Knocks or whatever. It's like the talent shows, like you said, getting the food, the water. Somebody had to buy like, I don't know how many hundreds of dollars worth of Chick-fil-A one time.
Oh yeah,
just
that's
hilarious.
That's nothing.
Really?
Yeah, no, that's not even. I've said, bro, I've had teammates from college on other teams, and you talk about like rookie dinners. Mm-hmm. Some people be tripping.
Like
I'm talking. You spend like, first off, here's the way I look at it. All right. If you're a skinny guy and you're in a room with skinny people, you shouldn't be spending more than X amount of dollars. Now, if you're a big guy and you're in a room with big people, you got to understand your bill is probably going to be a little bit more.
Yeah.
But the skinny guy bills should never be more than the big guy bills. But somehow,
basic math.
But somehow, all these DBs and receivers, bro, you see like dinner checks that are like $30,000 plus.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, like, you want to go to a nice steakhouse, and I'm like, let's go to a nice steak. Like, okay, I'm going to order the $350 Wagyu steak. And, like, it's your rookie dinner.
Right.
Well, if you put it in perspective, you're like, okay, let's say there's 15 guys in this room.
And they all get
they all get two of those. Okay, you spend like a couple grand, now it sucks.
Yeah.
Well, then you got all these guys who are like, oh, yeah, well, let's get this, like, the Cinco Blanco shots.
Dom Perignon.
Yeah, Dom Perignon. Let's get these $1,000 shots. It's like, bro, what are we doing? Like, these are human beings, too. Like, you can't just run up while they're...
Right.
I always feel bad. I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't been in the rookie dinners, where we spend a lot of money, but I always try to do my part, not to go crazy.
Right. Or slip them some money or something.
Yeah. And I've been in that room too, where a vet will you have like the rookies cover half, and then one of the guys that's like paid will pay like the other half, or we'll split it between like 5 guys, which is always super dope because it puts like a good like way on the rookies, because then they don't carry it over.
Right.
Because obviously, if you fuck over a rookie, then you're starting a cycle.
Right.
And they're gonna end up fucking other people down the road.
Well, they're not always gonna be a rookie.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna be the
vet. Yeah, exactly. They're gonna be the vet later on, and you're having a rookie. Hey,
I might be blocking for you, dude. Yeah, so like, please help me out. Just be cool. Bro. It seems like everybody that gets in the NFL is just cool. It's like you guys are like the elite of the elite. And your dreams are come true, and it's like, hey, we're all here kind of for the same reason. Yeah,
and I think, and a lot of it, I'd say, is like you said, most of like you're all there for the same reason. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, everybody wants to win. Like, there's. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you there isn't a couple bad eggs.
Oh, sure.
On teams, where it's like, hey, fuck winning, I need to get my money.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well then if you're getting your money, that means you're playing really good, and usually if you're playing really good, then your team's probably winning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. So like you have to. There's a nice balance between that you kind of have to deal with, but I will tell you, there's a couple guys that you'd be like, sure. Holy shit.
He's here today.
Once. I got a story for you later in the future. Once there's a couple guys done playing.
Oh, once they retire.
Yeah. We got stories on stories.
Does this happen in New York or
this happened my first year in Baltimore?
Oh, okay.
My rookie year. This was my holy shit. This is the NFL.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like at a practice or something?
Practicing meetings.
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward to that story.
Yeah. Maybe a couple more years from now.
Maybe when I turn these cameras
one
off.
of the guys is done playing.
Okay.
But there's a few of them that are involved. They weren't the bad eggs, but
Mm.
they're still playing. So I don't want to
Interesting.
hurt any kind of reputation.
Yeah,
or
no, we're
anything.
good. We're good. But maybe when I turn these cameras off, you just tell me. So how long did you play in Baltimore?
3 years.
And then traded to Jets?
I left in free agency.
Oh, okay.
I left in free agency, signed with the Jets, was literally there for like 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got cut and then picked up by the Cardinals, and I've been at the Cardinals the last 2 years, and I'm a free agent again.
Nice. So, you are a free agent?
Yep.
So what's that like now? Got some stuff going on, or?
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have probably a pretty good idea after the draft where I'm headed.
Oh, cool.
But been talking to a couple of teams here and there. Just hopefully somebody wants to come back to the price.
Heck yeah.
That we listed. So
Well, and this
see.
week's the draft too.
Yeah.
So you'll know pretty quick.
Hopefully I'm gonna know by Monday or Tuesday.
Nice.
I'll probably know by Sunday, but Monday for sure.
Places that you're excited about?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When you went from Baltimore to New York and then New York to Arizona, like what's the biggest differences? Like going into those different facilities, different programs, different parts of the country. I mean,
well, I would say for one is always different parts of the country.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I remember. So I went from Mizzou to Baltimore.
Yeah.
Well, in Mizzou, we had a 4-bedroom house, lived in this nice neighborhood, and we were paying like $1,500 a month for rent, split between 4 guys. We all had our own room. So I was paying, I think it was like $350, $375 a month. And I was like,
amazing.
I was like, this is the best ever. I was like, this is awesome.
I could keep doing this.
Well, then I got to Baltimore, and I literally had a 2-bedroom townhouse, and I was paying $2,100 a month. And I remember I was like, this is bullshit. $2,100 for 2 beds. This is bullshit. Like, I'm getting fucked. Like, this sucks. I was getting screwed the whole time.
No roommates or nothing?
No roommates.
Just by yourself?
Yeah, just live by myself. Well, then I got to New York.
Mm.
And when I got to New York, I was paying $6,500 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment.
Oh my god!
And I remember whenever they told me that,
my god!
I was like sitting there, I was like, $6,500, and I'm talking about like a 2-bedroom apartment, like,
oh my gosh,
not anything like big,
right?
Like I was parking in the street because my truck didn't fit in the garage.
Dang.
So like,
That's a different world.
Yeah, $6,500 2-bedroom apartment. So then I'm like sitting there, I'm like, oh shit, like this is $4,000 like extra a month I'm not gonna have.
That's significant money.
Yeah. So I was like, this sucks. So this is terrible. Well, then I went from New York to Arizona. Well, then we bought our house in Arizona, and my mortgage was like $3,500 a month. And I have like a 5-bedroom house in Arizona,
dude.
So it was like I was paying $6,500 for a 2-bedroom apartment. Now my mortgage is $3,500. And it's a 5-bedroom house.
Yeah. You still got that house?
Yeah, it's an Airbnb, baby.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Do you stay there during the season at all?
Oh, when I was in Arizona, yeah.
Oh,
that's where I live.
Sorry,
Yeah, I have a house here in Missouri, so we stay. So this is our off-season home base, and this is where Michaela and the kids stay most of the time.
And like when you were in those franchises, you would come home for the summer, or for I guess
for the off-season. Yeah. I'd come home for the off-season, and usually I'd leave right about now for OTA. I think they said this week was the first week of OTAs, so I usually leave for OTAs. I'll either go 4 or 3 days a week, or I go like every other weekend and come home for the weekends, or come home for a week.
All the time? Like,
all the
time.
time.
Of flying.
You got a lot of flying points.
You
got a lot of flying points.
True. That's badass.
I think when I was making the New York one was the worst for flying.
Oh, I can imagine.
Because we were in Jersey, is where the Jets facility's at. So, but there was no nonstop flights from Newark to Northwest Arkansas or Joplin. And so I had to fly either into Kansas City or Tulsa, and then I'd have a 2.5 hour drive after.
That's a pain in the ass.
Well, then there was a nonstop in LaGuardia in New York, but LaGuardia is literally in the middle of downtown New York.
Oh.
Like it's like I had to leave like 4 or 5 hours before my flight just for me to guarantee that I was going to be there an hour before my flight.
Traffic and whatnot?
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
My God.
Especially because like the last No, I'd go to meetings and practice that day, and the last nonstop would be at like 5:30. We would get done at like 1 o'clock. So I would just literally leave from there and go straight to the airport, and I would get to the airport at like 4:40.
Just hoping.
Yeah, just praying that. Yeah, and the craziest thing is half the time the flight would get canceled, and not because of like weather, but because like they had too many X amount of flights, or they didn't have like enough the timing of all their flights. So somebody gets delayed here. Well, now they're missing a spot, so they have to cancel this flight, so it doesn't take up for when this plane lands.
So what? You stay there? Or go
So yeah,
back?
if my flight got canceled, I literally like, hey babe, my flight got canceled. I gotta stay in New York for the weekend.
Oh, you just stay in New York
and
for
I would
the
just
weekend.
go back to my apartment.
Yeah. And another 4-hour drive home or whatever. What a pain in the ass, dude.
Yeah, it was terrible.
You're like, I got cut. Thank you.
Yeah, well, dude, it was terrible.
I'm sure it
me getting cut in New York is, and I tell people this story all the time because they always are like baffled by it. Even guys like that are in the league. So we went into the last preseason game, and I'm like, you're kind of doing the numbers in the room. This guy's making X amount of money. This guy's a draft pick. This guy's not a draft pick. And I'm like, all right, I'm looking like the odd man out right now. Like, this is the math ain't mathing right now. If you keep 9, I'm for sure out. If you keep 10, you're probably deciding between me and a tackle.
Yeah.
So I'm like looking, I'm like, okay, math's not really mathing right now. So I told Michaela, I said, I'm either getting traded or cut. It's one or the other at this point. And she didn't believe me, which is even home. It's always, I'm always right when it comes to this stuff. And so, we're going to the last preseason game, and my O-line coach is like, you're playing the whole game. Like, get your mind right to play the whole game. And I'm like, oh, I'm playing the whole game. Like, I'm for sure out of here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're playing. It's the last preseason game. If you're playing the whole game in the last preseason game.
They don't care if you get hurt or.
Yeah, you're either getting cut or traded. They're trying to save guys that are going to be playing the next week for the season.
Oh, okay. I would have been psyched.
Well,
like,
well, the starters played the first drive, and I played with the starters.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, that's kind of
yeah.
I'm like, that's kind of weird. And then they're like, well, then the first drive happens, and he pulls me, and so I'm like, oh, what the fuck's going on? Well, the GM literally tells me on the sideline, hey, we're in the process of trading you right now, so we don't want you to get hurt because then we can't trade you if you're hurt. Yeah. So I'm like, oh,
no problem.
Okay, cool. Yeah, like I get it. It is what it is. Like appreciate it, whatever.
Right.
Just go in the next day. And he's literally like, hey, like, we're in the process. We're trying to find a trade. We're trying, a couple things fell through already, but, like, this is who we're trying to trade you to for this, yada, yada, yada. Well, Michaela and the kids were flying home that day. So I was like, hey, like, can I just, like, I know I'm not going to be here, so can I just go home with Michaela and my kids? I'll just fly home with them. Like, either like, yeah, no problem whatsoever. Yeah, like, yada, yada, whatever, right? I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I literally... Michaela flew out Wednesday night. I got my car packed up for the car people to come pick up my car. Unpacked my apartment, filled my car up, and they picked up my truck Thursday morning. I flew out Thursday morning and got home. Friday goes by, Saturday goes by. They gave us the whole weekend off or whatever it was. So Friday went by, Saturday went by, Sunday goes by. Monday, the GM told me I could go home. But I guess they did not tell my O-line coach that. Ooh. So my O-line coach is blows my. I'm at my house in Missouri,
just enjoying
chilling,
life.
living, hanging out with the kids, just trying to figure out what's gonna happen next. Am I gonna get traded? Like where I'm going, whatever. Right. Calls me, motherfucking me. Where the fuck are you at? You missed meetings. Like what the fuck are you doing? Like blah blah blah. Like this is a really good way to get fucking cut. Like what the fuck's wrong with you? Like blowing me the fuck up.
Yeah.
And I literally
blindside.
And I literally was like, I'm in my house in Missouri. You guys are in the process of trading me. And he was like, oh, shit, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Oh,
like,
he was cool with it?
Yeah. I was like, I appreciate everything you did. That's my bad. Like, blah, blah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was trying to motherfucker me. Like, I was like, where the fuck are you at? You're not meetings. What the hell is going on? Right. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm not meeting. You guys are trading me.
Bro said he's trading me.
Yeah, y'all say y'all don't want me.
Talk to him.
And so I literally was home. Well, then Wednesday, the GM literally calls me, hey, trade.
They did?
Yeah, Wednesday, calls me Wednesday. Well, Wednesday's the last day for trades, or they got to cut you by like noon that day.
Or give you a deal. Or whatever.
Yeah, and so he calls me, he's like, hey, trade fell through, we're going to have to cut you.
Oh, awesome.
So sends me like all this paperwork for me to basically acknowledge that I'm getting cut. I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever. Like, sign it, done. I'm literally in my house Wednesday. And my agent's like, hey, Cleveland said they're interested. Baltimore's saying that they're probably going to bring you back.
Nice.
It's one or the other. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Well, Cleveland was first in the waiver wire, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to Cleveland then, whatever. And literally, I sent like in my group message to my boys, I'm like, dog pound, #dog pound, like Brown up. Yeah, exactly. They go crazy, go Browns, right? And one of my boys literally sends back, goes, what the fuck? #bird gang, go birds. And I was like, what are you talking about? Literally sent me a tweet. It was like Adam Scheffner or somebody had tweeted that the Cardinals had claimed me on the waiver wire. Like they didn't say shit to my agent. I had no idea.
That's incredible.
And so then my agent literally calls me like, "Hey, we're going to Arizona."
You're like, I know.
I'm like, "Yeah, I just saw on Twitter."
Well,
like,
that's
what's going on? Yeah.
That just the power of Adam Scheffner.
Yeah.
Like he just somehow knows.
Yeah. So yeah, and I literally got the call from my agent at like 1, 2 o'clock, and then I was on a plane by 4 o'clock, and then
That same day.
Yeah, and then was in Arizona that night,
Dang.
and had physicals and practice the next day.
Dang. And that was, what year was that? 2020, what?
2023.
23?
Yeah.
And you were
What
still,
year? We're in 2025, right?
Yep.
2023, yeah.
And then you were still doing center there, playing center.
Well, then I was playing center, but usually what I've been is like the backup interior 3.
Okay.
So I'm like the interior swing, so I can play center or both guards.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And so that's what I basically was doing. So if the center gets hurt, I go in at center. I was rotating at left guard at the time with another guy. We were rotating series, and I would go in, and then like we played San Fran in 23.
Yeah.
And I would literally play at left guard. Our center got hurt, so I moved to center in the middle of the drive. Our center came back, and then our right guard got rolled up, so then I went to right guard. So I played all 3 in one drive.
That's crazy. Just shifting mentally, from this game plan to this, this strategy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's
dude.
fun though. Yeah, it's
I mean, it has to be like you have to love it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I tell people all the time, like at the end of the day, like, and this is shout out my big bro Morgan. This was his favorite saying that he'd always say to young guys, when young guys are like struggling or like having a rough time, he'd always say is, "We play a children's game for a king's ransom." Like it's. Like there's literally nothing else that you can do in the world where you get to go and play a child's game and you make like king money every day.
And treated like a king.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
People just love.
Yeah, I mean,
players.
half the time if you go out in the city that you're in, like let's say like I was in Arizona, and if I would go out in Phoenix or in Scottsdale. And the restaurant like would recognize you. Half the time they're like, "Oh yeah, like we got Cardinals. They want to take pictures. They're treating you right, taking care of you and your family." And like
that's got to be cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
That would be. I mean, did it ever get like annoying?
I'm sure it gets annoying for like bigger names,
right?
Like
yeah,
offensive line.
You're like,
if
I get recognized.
I'm chilling for the most part.
Yeah.
Most of that stuff happens like when I come home.
Yeah,
like when I'm here in Missouri,
right.
or if I go back to Mizzou, people like will recognize me more.
Yeah.
But if I'm out, like if I was like when I play for the Ravens, I'm out in Baltimore. I'm
right.
Like, I'm just another big guy. Like, come on.
I went to a Ravens game and I saw you, and I yelled out Webb City because my uncle works for the Ravens. And we were watching the players come out to the parking lot.
Oh,
like,
Webb City. Yeah.
But you had somewhere to be.
Oh, yeah.
You were out of there.
I'm sure.
No, it's good. I love going to Ravens games.
Oh, yeah.
Good time. So you're a free agent.
Yeah.
You're just kind of chilling.
Just hanging out.
Yeah. Playing some NCAA.
Literally, my life right now is literally wake up, hang out with my kids. And my kids don't want to hang out with me. I play video games.
Yeah.
Work out.
Mm-hmm.
Come home. Eat. Play some more video games or hang out with my kids.
That does not sound too bad.
Watch a movie or hang out with Michaela and go to bed.
That sounds like the fucking
That's what I'm saying. I'm living life right now. I work out 4 days a week.
Mm-hmm. And that's with your coach?
Yeah, I live 4 days a week. Mm-hmm. I go to Moss's usually twice a week. Mm-hmm. Get in, might go run, hang out with some of the high school guys on Saturdays or something.
That's cool. I bet they love that.
Yeah, no doubt.
What's been working out with Mossberg been like?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, last year I had like a big tendency where I was catching a bunch. Mm-hmm. And so, working with him, I want to get back in the atmosphere of, striking, especially like punching an O-line play. And so I felt like getting into boxing, seeing a target, punching the target was very similar to, hey, taking a pass set, seeing a number, punching the number. And so it's been nice.
It's like the same motion and movement and everything, but it's like disguised with boxing gloves.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's, I don't know, it's like you're retraining your brain, but
a little
not
bit.
really.
It's funny because we'll always get into like he'll want me to do like a combo or want me to do like a specific punch. And he's like, you have any way you can correlate that? I'm like, oh, yeah, like that's correlates into this. So, like you throw an uppercut. It's like the same thing as like throwing an underhook and getting in like in a run fit or like trying to stop a bull rush.
Right.
And stuff like that. Or like, hey, let's throw a jab. It's like, okay, snapping with my offhand. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. So it's,
That's cool correlation.
Yeah,
I know he's
you can yeah, he loves it to death, but you can correlate it a whole bunch of ways.
You gave him the jersey from I think it's Arizona.
Yeah,
and we're all like, how the fuck does he fit in that thing?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It just
shoulder pads and all, man. Just squeeze it on.
Don't they have like people that just do that, just put jerseys on you guys?
Oh,
or
well,
maybe
it's not their job, but like for me, like I always go to the equipment guys. I'm like, hey, like
help
me, like. I need help.
Yeah. Because it looks small.
They're huge. I mean, and you got your pads underneath there. It's skin tight.
It looks good.
Half the time the pads have like some kind of like Velcro or duct tape on it. So the jersey
catching the jersey.
Well, that way like people can't grab and pull on it.
Oh, okay.
If that makes sense.
Oh, like it's so tight that you can't get a grip on it?
No, literally, like no, they have literal like it's like a adhesion like tape that they put on shoulder pads or like a Velcro. Whoa. And so the jersey sticks on it and literally doesn't move.
Oh, strategically.
Yeah.
Whoa. Did not.
It's mainly in the trenches, like the O-line and D-line have it.
Right.
You don't have like receivers and quarterbacks and stuff with it on.
Right. But when you're in the
you're in
the
trenches,
war zone.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Damn. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
I know they do like the different like the Guardian caps and stuff now for.
Yeah.
You don't like them?
No.
Just goofy looking.
Not even that they're goofy looking, but like, dude, I think they're heavier. Like they're heavy. Like you
putting
put it
pressure
like,
on your neck.
Well, not even putting pressure, just like you have this big old thing on it, and you can just feel that like it's on top of your head. And this is the one thing that happened. It happened when I was in college before I even got to the NFL. Because my last year in college, they made us wear them. I was in practice and a D lineman had tried to like swim me or whatever, but pulled the guardian cap had folded, flapped over.
She couldn't see anything.
She can't see shit.
Oh no!
So like immediately when they're like, yeah, if you guys want to wear them in games, I'm like, fuck no. I said the last thing I want to happen in a game
is not be able to see.
Yeah, not be able to see shit.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought they were like bolted on or something.
No, they're like it's like a Velcro, but it's like a strap, and they're hooked into your face mask. But then the back flap is also hooked like underneath. But the same way that you hook it underneath, it's that easy to just go.
Zip.
Yeah.
Huh. I know. I mean, I haven't seen that many. Like you see them every once in a while. You see a lot in practice.
Yeah. Well, so you have to wear them. Anytime you go full pads, they make you wear them.
Oh, in practice.
Yeah. So anytime shoulder pads are involved, you have to wear the guardian cap in practice.
I feel like that's all right.
Yeah. Like that's a good compromise.
Slower pace. And yeah. But in the
I'll
game,
do that, but I'm not wearing it in a game.
No. You got to block TJ Watt, and it's like.
Yeah, bro.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
What if I can't see this monster?
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Huh.
And I'm a head butter. I like using my helmet there blocking.
Really?
Yeah.
I played in the 2008 Kansas Shrine Bowl, and they put me as a tight end, and they put me out on PAT. And dude, one of the dudes across the line had the whole like shoulder thing, and he was like foaming at the mouth, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And he's from me to you, and he took 2 steps and hit me so hard I blacked out. Like he took 2 steps, hit me so hard I blacked out. I didn't come to until I was like almost to the sideline, where I came like, "Oh, I'm at the sideline. Why does my head hurt so bad?" And that's kind of when I knew, like,
probably had a concussion.
Am I? Oh, for sure. That's kind of when I was like, am I going to pursue more football? Because that's who's waiting for me, like those types of guys. I was like, I'm going to go to California and pursue video stuff.
I had, that's happened to me literally 2 times ever. I know I can tell you both times
Just
it
blacked
happened.
out?
And it was my junior year in high school. We were playing at Carthage. We had thrown a pick, and my dumbass like sprinted straight down. Now, like people will tell you.
You're right.
Like,
this is when they.
you take the angle, and you want to feather. You know, hopefully, one of these skinny guys comes up and makes the play. But as O-line, feather a little bit, stop, slow them down.
Right.
But you ain't got to, like, if you make the play, it looks cool.
Right.
But more than not, you're going to get fucked up.
The risk is there.
So I had literally sprinted full down. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm making tackle. He threw a pick, and I fucking darted. Oh, no. And he fucking makes one cut this way, and I plant to come back this way, and these 2D linemen, boom, like decapitated me. And fucking like folded my ass. And I remember getting up. And I didn't remember anything until we were literally back. I was sitting on the bench on the sideline.
Yeah, right.
And literally Dalton Ford, one of my boys, is there like, are you good? Like, are you good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And I proceeded to get just fucked up the rest of the game. Oh. Like, got fucked up. Like, guys were, they were asking, like, you got to take him out of the game.
Oh,
like, he's getting fucked up. And they're like, no, he's fine.
But you obviously didn't feel good.
Yeah, I was fucked up.
Oh. Well, what about
played the whole game.
Well, but like, when did you like come to?
I mean, like
a day after, like
no, like, well, I just like after it happened, like blacked out. I got on the sideline, and I felt like fucked up. I had a headache, obviously,
right?
But like, I was still like aware of everything that was going on. It just felt like lethargic in a way. Right, like everything was just slower.
Right.
So like
everything's delayed.
Yeah, I played the whole game, and like
that's got to be weird.
But everything was like just weird. Like, but I can remember everything that happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, when did the delay go away though? Like, get a good sleep.
I mean, I
wake
probably
up,
didn't
like,
even realize it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like we went when we went to film the next day.
Oh yeah.
And you're watching it, you're like,
I'm weird.
What? I'm like, oh shit.
That's me.
Yeah. Like, this is bad.
Yeah.
The second time it happened was we played Auburn when I was in college, when I was in Mizzou, and I was at center. I was center. I literally snapped the pool. I snapped the ball, and we were running like a center tackle counter. And so I'm pulling. I go to kick out the end, and fucking smack him with my helmet hands, and my whole fucking arm went numb. Like, I just got like a stinger. My whole arm went numb, and that's the last thing I remembered. And then the next thing I remember is Rex, our trainer, is standing over talking to me on the field.
Whoa.
And I was having a full conversation with him.
Oh wow.
So I was like, oh shit. He's like, you good? I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, it's just my arm. It's just my arm.
Like, you're on your back?
Yeah, like the trainers were on the field. Oh. I was literally laying on my back, and the trainers were talking to me.
Huh.
But literally, I remember literally hitting this guy. Pain, like a sharp pain, went all through my right arm, which was my snapping hand. So my arm went dead. Next thing you know, I was talking to the trainers. The trainers were on the field, like, checking on me.
Did you get hit? Like, did they hit you? Is that what happened? Like, you punched and
well,
then
we
hit?
like when we hit, we just collide. Like, we literally just collided.
Right.
Like, thankfully I didn't get fucked up.
Right.
But I literally hit him and was run blocking him. Like, so you should, if I could pull up on film. You can look at it. It's the 2017 season when we played Auburn. We played Auburn at Mizzou. Okay. I already kick him out, hit him, and I'm literally just blocking him, and I just dropped to the floor after the whistle blows.
That's scary.
But I was laying on my back,
right,
and I'm just grabbing my arm.
And you're not
I had no
conscious
idea.
either.
Yeah, I had no idea, though.
Just, you think it's because of the pain or like being hit that hard?
I think
that hard?
The shock, I think, that went down my arm is that we had hit like helmets. But I'd hit it with the top, like the bridge part right here. And so I think it just shocked, like just went straight down.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I think I literally like knocked myself out,
right,
but then also didn't even realize it.
Right.
But I was having a full conversation with Rex.
And you just kind of like come to.
Like, you just come to like, what the fuck? Where the fuck's going on? He's like, well, you got to come off for a play. I went back in the game.
Yeah.
Literally came off for a play. They had to sat out the rest of the series. They took me in the tent, and I literally passed our concussion test and went back in the game.
No shit.
Went back in the game.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah. Now the concussion tests are a little bit of a joke.
Oh,
because you can cheat them.
How do you?
So you do a baseline concussion test before the season starts.
Okay.
So while you're like coherent, nothing's happened to you, you do a test.
Totally sober, good to go.
You do the same test when you have a concussion, and then they compare your scores. So if your score is below, okay, something's wrong. If it's the same or higher, oh, he's good to go.
Wow. Okay.
So if you don't want to miss time for a concussion,
right,
you fuck your score up at the beginning of the year.
Oh,
and make it super low.
You set the bar. my
so that if you get a concussion,
Oh my god.
you just have to pass a certain test.
This guy is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's actually a great strategy,
That's what I'm saying.
but probably not healthy for the long term of these players.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are they asking you questions or
So like a
follow
lot
my
of it,
finger?
well, obvious's they ask you like
What's your name?
hey, what's your name? What's
Right.
the day of the week?
Right.
Can you follow my finger?
You can't be too stupid.
Yeah. How old are you? What are you doing right now? Blah,
Right.
blah, whatever. If you pass all those, then like the concussion baseline test is literally like, hey, like do the days of the week. You do the days of the week. You're like, okay, do them backwards. Okay, you do them backwards.
Right.
Then they'll do like hey, they'll read you like a list of words, and you have to remember X amount of words. Like the
Interesting.
words that you can remember, you repeat back to them.
Okay.
So like, let's say you do the test at the beginning of the year, and you tell me you're like, hey, you
Yeah.
need to remember farm, dog, cat, water, and spout.
Right.
And then whenever I do the test back, I'm like, water is all I remember.
Oh, right.
He's like, oh, okay, you got 1 out of 5.
Right.
So then you're on the sideline.
Oh, no.
All you gotta do
All
is
you
get
gotta
1
do
out
is
of
get
5.
one, right.
Yeah.
You don't want to. Oh, my God. Well, hopefully you don't go in the tent that often.
Yeah, no doubt,
Hopefully
no doubt.
never.
Yeah, right.
Whatever. But the game is what it is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of violence
Yeah,
out there.
I mean, there's all kinds of. I'm telling you, people do get away with it all the time.
It's funny because, like, as a fan, as a casual fan, not like I'm deeper than like the casual fan, but the casual fans, like, they don't think or realize that stuff is there.
Yeah.
And then when you start to look a little closer, you're like, wait a minute,
Yeah,
that's some dirt, especially where you are,
Yeah.
right in the like you said, the trenches.
Yeah, I guarantee you. I want to say something like that, but then it comes out. But I guarantee you, they're in the trenches. Somebody gets a concussion or has some kind of like headache. At least 2 or 3 guys by the time the game's over.
Oh, no doubt.
Like the amount, like it's a collision every play.
I think they said they
And even if
related
you-
it to a car wreck.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. You're coming like somebody's lined up in front of you. You're both weigh 300 plus pounds, and you're both trying to fuck each other up as much as possible.
All you've done is lift weights to do this one motion.
Yeah, just to
You
fuck each
sprinted
other
all
up.
this- Yeah,
Sprint and have a whole on collision, and you're gonna do it at least 50 times.
yeah,
in a game.
over and over. And it's not just some normal human. It's
Yeah,
literally the elite of the elite, and
Yeah.
you're the elite of your
Yeah,
elite.
man,
And let's just smash you
Yeah,
together.
if I can smash.
Let's
those.
do it again.
Yeah, over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely takes a toll.
Yeah.
Do you do any sort of like recovery, like special type of recovery stuff? Float tanks, hyperbaric.
So, no, I've got buddies
BCP
that are all.
157.
Yeah, I got buddies that are all into that stuff. But
Yeah.
I'm just.
Really?
I got an ART guy that does like some pressure release stuff.
What's ART?
It's like acupuncture, but it's
Okay.
not acupuncture. It's like they do it with their hands.
Okay.
So like pressure points.
Okay.
Build up, like break down scar tissue, or like if
Like a
you're
deep tissue massage?
kind of yeah, kind of like that.
Okay.
And that's about other than that. And then I cold ice tub. I get lasers. If I'm really sore, I might get a massage. But like,
What do you mean laser?
like laser therapy?
What's that? Like
So it's it's literally like a laser light bulb. You can get like in a light, or you get like in a roller, and like you can like do it like on a muscle, and it warms it up, like heats it up.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You do that to yourself?
No,
Or you go somewhere?
like I'll be like when I'm at the facility, they have
Oh,
them like
okay.
in our training room.
Okay.
Yeah, stuff like
Interesting.
that.
I want a laser.
Yeah,
I love the recovery stuff, dude.
Yeah,
About saunas and ice baths, red light. I'm sure a bunch of red light
right.
type stuff.
I've got I have a sauna at my house, and
Nice.
I get in that during the off season, probably like twice a week.
Nice.
But I mean, in the season, I'm telling you, I probably ice, cold tub,
Yeah.
hot tub, ART, maybe a massage if I'm actually really really sore.
Mhm.
Stretch.
I mean,
Nothing crazy.
in season is you got to be so busy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
with the meetings and the flights
I mean,
and the practices.
You have. I was like joking because they're like, you just practice one time a day and your day's done. It's like, no, motherfucker. I get up. I've got workout.
right.
I've got lift at 6 a.m. Well, once I get done
Yep.
with my lift, I have like an hour to eat breakfast before meetings.
Yeah.
Then you're in meetings for the next 3 to 4 hours. So once you get meetings, you have an hour to eat lunch and get ready for practice. And then you have a 2-3 hour practice.
Right.
Well, then when that's over, you have like 30-40 minutes to tub, shower, and get ready for meetings, for night meetings.
Right.
And you have another meetings for like 2 to 4 hours.
Right.
And then you get done. And then depending where you're at in the season, you're either going for a walkthrough or you're having like more meets.
Right.
So it's like,
I never knew that kind of stuff until I started watching Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
And it's like half of this footage is the guys.
well,
in
and so
meetings.
Hard Knocks is also a little bit more than what normal is because you're in training camp.
Okay.
So in training camp,
this last one followed the Ravens like
in
mid-season.
season, yeah. Well, so again, Baltimore also does it a little different
That's
than some
true.
places.
That's true.
No, because I've been like in Arizona. I'd say last year we would probably get in 6 for lift, and then probably by the time meetings and getting done practice and everything, you're probably out of the building by like 4:30.
Okay, that's not terrible.
And then like Baltimore though, it'd be like lift at like 6 or 7, but you get out meetings at like 5:36.
Okay, yeah.
So you add another like hour and a half.
Right.
So it's like, I mean, it's also like head coach to head coach how they kind of like make the schedule.
Right.
Some head coaches are willing to listen to players and like, hey, like
Let's do it this way.
we have too much an hour of break time here that we can take away and get an hour back at the end of the day.
Oh, I see.
And like
we
get
don't
out
need
early.
this break.
Yeah, we don't need this hour.
Yeah.
We don't need a 2-hour break. An hour is
Right.
cool, but we don't need 2 hours if we can get out of the building an hour earlier at the end of the day.
Right. Okay, let's adjust it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's always nice. Then you have some coaches like, no, like we're in at 6 a.m. We don't leave till 6 p.m. It's
Right.
a 12-hour day.
This is
And you have like 3 hours, 4 hours worth of breaks in between. It's like we're just sitting here waiting around.
right. There's nothing to be
Yeah,
done.
exactly.
You know, I mean, I think the hierarchy of coaches, I didn't understand that either until Hard Knocks. But like you are interacting with your offensive line coach like way more often than like anybody else.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like Harbs or whatever. Like
Yeah,
he's
I mean-
there, and I'm sure you interacted with him. But most of the time, it's like with your area of expertise.
Yeah. So it's more of, and I always say like you're more of like co-workers than it really is like like the head coach is the head coach, like no doubt about it. Like they're the head honcho, they're the boss, and like obviously your coordinator is the head honcho over the whole entire. But when it comes to like position coaches, it's more of like co-workers more than it is like,
Okay.
hey, my offensive line coach is like he's your coach, you know what I
Right.
mean, and like he's gonna help you be successful, but like at the same time he needs you to be successful for him to be successful.
Right.
So it's a
okay.
lot more of like a co-worker brother kind of work relationship compared
Okay.
to like college. College
Top
is
down
yeah,
type
yeah,
thing, yeah.
it's top down. Or like
Interesting.
it's not like your coach is your position coach is your boss.
Yeah, right.
Like yeah, it's more of like
That's cool.
So yeah, no, that's why I've always enjoyed that about the
Yeah, it's
league
like
a lot more.
Cool, like a connection with
Yeah.
it too. It's like we can work together rather like you just taking orders. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, well, what if we tried this? And I'm like, oh, that's a good idea.
Especially,
Like,
yeah. I mean, obviously, if you're like a rookie or like a young guy,
How many good ideas you got?
yeah, like let's chill that out here.
Right,
Like you
right.
don't know a whole lot.
Right.
Comparatively, you get a guy that's like 10, 11 years in, then
Mhm.
obviously they're gonna be a lot more willing to listen and be like, oh hey, like I didn't see it that way. That's a good idea. Let's try it that way, and then if it works, then hey, oh yeah, that shit works. Let's do it that way.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I love that sort of interaction.
Oh yeah,
Like,
no, it's great.
That seems
Especially the places I've been at. I've been lucky enough at least to where that's how the dynamics been. Like Baltimore and Arizona, Harbs and JG are both in the sense of hey, like let's try to get things where we're going to be winning. Like let's be about
Right.
winning. Let's
Right.
not let's leave our egos at the door kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So important
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
have that top down type thing. You know?
Oh yeah.
They set the standard, set the energy at the top level.
Oh yeah.
You get excited. So cool, dude. What would you? I'm sure you said you hang out with like the high school guys and work out with them a little bit. Like, what would you say to somebody that's just coming up and wants to do what you've done?
I always say just put your head down and just work your ass off. Like I mean, like at the end of the day, like you have X amount of talent. Well, the way that you make up for talent is by like effort and the way how hard you play or how hard you do something, or like the more effort and time that you're putting into stuff. So it's always at the end of the day, what is the saying is like talent trumps effort whenever, or effort trumps talent when talent's not willing to work,
Right.
or work trumps talent whenever talent's not willing to work.
Right.
And so that's always been kind of the motto, especially Coach Rodden Stoll put that in me at a young age.
Well, it's like the one thing you can control.
Yeah.
Like talent is there and it can be developed. The one thing you can control is how hard work.
How hard you work, how hard you play,
right?
Your attitude, the way you can literally wake up. You get to wake up and choose to be pissed or just be excited about the day.
Right.
Like you don't wake up and it's fuck, like today sucks.
I hope not.
Yeah, if you do, you gotta change your
in the wrong spot.
Yeah, you gotta change the way you're living.
No, you wake up and say, "Oh, I get to learn all the tight end plays."
Yeah,
let's do this.
Oh yeah. Oh, Harbs, I'm not playing that. Oh, okay, yes, I'm playing.
Hell yeah. Oh, I'm sure it probably helps you. You know, it's like now you know that whole like
for sure, yeah.
Like added on to your football IQ or whatever.
And that's what and that's another. I'm glad you said football IQ. You can always learn like. Knowing more puts you in better positions. Like obviously if you're a freak athlete, like you're gonna be able to get away with like being able to not know as much because you're gonna be able you'll get in bad position, but because you're such an athlete you'll be able to get out of it,
right? Compared
to like some guys that aren't 6'7", 340 pounds and run 4.9s. You need to be able to see a little more to understand more because it'll let you think ahead and put you in better positions.
Right, yeah, you process it faster, and I mean, if you can see the front line and know like this is probably what he's gonna do, this is probably what he's gonna do, like now you can react to that.
Oh yeah,
faster.
I mean, it's like going back to what I was saying, like my first play that I played in the NFL, my rookie, the very first play, they brought a weak side blitz. And the guy literally lined up on the line of scrimmage, and me, dumbass rookie, was like, "Oh yeah, I wonder what he's doing. Who cares?
Right.
I'm just gonna go fucking wail and try to hit this guy as hard as I can and fucking whiff and miss."
Yeah.
Compared to like last year, like I'm in year 5 now. I've seen it a little bit more. Oh hey, there's a guy coming. Hey, alert, alert! Here comes corner cat, or here comes the nickel blitz. Oh, if the nickel's coming, they're probably gonna pirate, or they're gonna run some kind of interior pressure where somebody's moving. Like somebody's gotta have this gap. They can't have 2 people in the same gap. So somebody's gonna end up being here.
Right.
So
it's like you're speaking a different language.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's so cool. I mean, yeah. At that level too, everybody's the best of the best.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
there's like no losers out there.
No, you literally line up and it's like, I remember. Who were we playing? We were playing. They had somebody on their. Even better, the Steelers.
Oh, back to these guys.
Let's go back to these guys. We played the Steelers. I remember Alua got hurt, their nose, and Tua got hurt. And everybody's like, oh, like, fuck, like, thank God. Like, these guys aren't fucking playing.
Yeah.
And they brought in Montravius Adams. He played at Auburn when I was in college. I played him in college. I knew he was a good player.
Yeah.
So I played him in college. Well, he was on their practice squad.
Oh,
and he starts at nose, and they're like, "Oh, well, like this guy's like
no problem.
It's a practice squad guy. Who cares?" Fucked us up that game.
Really?
Was just in the fucking backfield making it. He's been on active roster ever since.
Wow.
So it's like,
good for him.
Yeah, no doubt. But it goes back to this, like, just because someone's on a practice squad, you can't just be like, "Oh yeah, this guy's just on practice squad. Like he stinks." It's like like. It can be your day any given day.
Absolutely, yeah.
Any given Sunday.
Hey, we need you out there, bro.
Oh, yeah.
They just tear it up, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's kind of like you and your first the COVID game or whatever. It's like, this is my opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
We should play.
Absolutely, yeah. I got to play good or I could never play again. Yeah.
And it's the caliber of a person, like I said before, like of that caliber of person being there. Of course they're going to give it their all, especially if it's their first time.
No, yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I got to make a name for myself.
Yeah, no, and I think it's like one of those things too where it's like not everybody has like that kind of mental. You know, some people do struggle in the fact that it's like, oh shit, like it's my first game. Like, fuck,
I'm sure.
Like I'm nervous as shit. And it's cool to be nervous. Like if you're nervous about it, that means you care about it.
Right.
So like I remember that like a vet said that, and they're always like, hey, if you're nervous about it, you care about it.
Right,
I'd rather you be nervous. But it needs to be like in a controlled manner because at the end of the day, you still got to be able to do your job.
Right. You got to direct that energy, that nervous energy, rather than let it take you over. Which would be so hard, having people running at giant human beings, and the crowd's so loud. You know, it's I'm sure the anticipation is insane.
Well, it was. This is actually back to that game. My first start. So it was Orlando, Bradley Bozeman, me, Ben Powers, DJ Fluker. Everybody around me had played multiple games, started multiple games, yada yada yada. I was the only one that was making like his first start, and I remember for like the whole first half, for every run or pass, I would come up to the line of scrimmage. I would call out the mic, and I would call out like, so like if we were sliding right, I would say like Ringo. If we were sliding left, it'd be like Lucky, and I would say every time. Or if like we were 5-0, we would say like a Birds front. So it'd be like Cardinals, Ravens, Birds, Blue Jays, and that would tell you, like you got the 5 bigs. And I remember we went into halftime, and Bose like grabs me and is like, "Hey, are you saying that stuff like so we know what to do, or are you saying that stuff like for you so you know what to do?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm saying it for you guys." He's like, "Yeah, quit saying that shit." Oh my He's God. Like, every time you say it, Cam Hayward and Bud Dupree look at each other like, "Oh, hey, like we're on the man side. Like, let's tee off." Oh shit. So every time because the same way, every time I was making the call, the defense had an idea of where we were sliding or what we were doing. Wow. And so I was coming up every time. I was like, "Oh yeah, Ringo 55, like Lucky 42."
Right.
And
just
like,
telling them.
And in my eyes, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm telling the O-line what to do." Like I'm a rookie. I'm like, I'm the center. I got a command. They need to know what to do.
I think that's a good mindset to have for sure.
And then I'm going to halftime like, "Hey, quit fucking doing that. You're telling these guys where we're going every time, and they're fucking teeing off."
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was like, "It's my bad. I won't do it again." Yeah, I won't do it again.
I mean, like I said, like that's what the mentality of the center has got to be.
Yeah.
But when you have an elite line like that,
yeah, everybody's just vets around. You're like, "Hey, relax. Like we know what we're doing.
Right.
We know you know what you're doing.
Right.
Quit telling the defense what we're doing."
Yeah. Right. That's the only people that don't need to know.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, good for him to like be cool enough to tell you, so you just don't keep doing it. You know?
Yeah. No, I was in the whole time. They didn't say a word to me for an entire half. And I'm like coming back to the sideline. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm
like
killing it.
I'm killing it. This is great." We go to halftime. Bo's like, we're in the locker room just like talking and making adjustments. And like Jody walks away, and Bo's like, "Hey, are you doing that like for us, or are you doing it like so you know what to do? Like we know it's your first start. Like we don't want." I was like, "I'm doing it for you guys. I know what I'm doing." And he's like,
helping you guys out.
Quit fucking doing that.
All right, I got it.
My bad.
Yeah, I mean, the lingo of sports in general, but like NFL is so like complex and diverse, I guess.
Yeah.
But also Ringo or Rango or whatever, it's like,
well, it
starts with an R. I'm wondering,
well,
or
is
it's
funny
is it a
because
false flag? You know,
well, it's funny because a lot of teams do that where they like if you want to slide right, they just say a word that has an R in it.
Right.
Like Sprite, Cola.
Oh, I see.
Ringo, Lucky, Ricky, Licky, Rip, Liz.
Right.
And so like the R words are always like, obviously it's like, hey, or they're sliding right. Well, in some teams they'll do it backwards where it tells the running back who he's blocking. Oh. So we'll point at the running back. We'll point at this line. We say rip, but we're sliding to the left. So if the defense is listening, then they're fucking up.
They think,
they think we're going right, but we're going left.
Well, that's the key. Is like you can't have your language too complicated for your own guys.
Yeah,
like,
no doubt. So there's,
but it's got to be complicated.
That's when you got to know like who you're in the game with, and some guys you can't like overcomplicate it. Like there's some busters out there that
me block for
you.
Yeah,
you tell me where to go and I'll block.
Hey, if they do their job.
No doubt. Trust me, there are some guys out there that are not very smart, but they get their hands on people and they move them.
I believe that. Those might be the scariest guys out there.
Yeah. No, it's
like the cavemen.
Oh yeah.
God.
Oh, I'll go right. Go right? Okay, I'll go right. Blood guy.
I'll go right until I hear the whistle. We'll tell you. Quit. That's amazing, dude. What a cool experience to have, and like what a cool position to be in.
Oh yeah,
especially coming from a place like this.
Yeah, I've been
you
super
and Brandon
blessed.
Williams.
Yeah, I've been super blessed. Big baby, that's my dog. He's like a big bro to me. But yeah, no, I've been super lucky, super blessed. God's taking care of me, taking care of my family, and put me in a great position.
Yeah, absolutely. And the ride's not over yet.
It's not over yet.
We'll know something by Monday.
Know something by Monday.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it'll be dope.
Another franchise, another place, another different place in the United
States. You'll
We'll
never know what might happen.
Well, I mean, if something didn't fall through, what would you want to do? Like, would you just keep working out, stay in shape?
That's a
because someone's
question.
gonna like need something.
I like to bet on myself quite a bit. I would say, hopefully I am. Like if nobody picked up the phone on Monday or Tuesday, it'd be a shock for me. It'd definitely be a shock for my system.
Yeah. They will.
Yeah.
But,
But if they didn't, I'd probably go back to school.
Really?
I left school early because I declared early.
Right.
So I got literally all I have left is a semester of school.
Okay. Go back to Mizzou?
Yeah, probably do that. Our rentals are doing great right now. Michaela, my fiance, she's killing it right now. She doesn't run them all, but she gets them all set up, ready to go.
Nice.
And she does a great job with it. So that's been flowing money for us. I got some pretty good investments. So I'm not too big in it. If the phone didn't ring on Monday, I wouldn't be like in a panic or a freak out like what I got to do next.
Right.
But I'd probably have to start figuring that out.
Yeah, but there would be no rush. Sounds like you.
I'd be chilling. Yeah, I would work out. Sure. Hopefully, if the phone didn't ring then, maybe it rings in a couple months. Be ready for the opportunity.
Just stay ready.
Oh yeah,
that's good. That's a good mindset to be in.
Oh yeah,
and what a good way to like set yourself up just in case like. I mean, you never know. Like, careers don't last forever.
Yeah, I could literally my career could be done tomorrow, and I didn't even know about it yet. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things to always be prepared. Michaela hates it because she says it's pessimistic because I'm always prepared for the worst scenarios. But it's kind of like, I don't know. It's just always one of those things. I would rather be prepared for the worst case scenario than never be prepared and something just be a shock to your system.
No doubt. I wouldn't know. I mean, that's kind of like a man thing, I guess, like a husband thing. Because that's what I think about Kels or whatever. We talk through our situation, and I'm thinking, what is the worst case?
Yeah.
If we can plan for that, then we can plan for everything.
Yeah, we'll be set. Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, yeah.
You're a smart man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You did the right thing. Well, hopefully you get that call on Monday. And I follow you on all the social media, so I can't wait to see the post or whatever you do to announce it.
Oh, yeah, get it all set up.
Hopefully it's back to Baltimore, baby. We want you back.
We'll see what happens.
That's cool. All right, brother. We just did 3 hours.
Cool. You good with that?
It's good shit.
All right, cool.
Good shit. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
You want to shout out to all your social media or like wherever you like to post? I saw on Instagram you post some like, by the way, who's taking all these pictures of you on Instagram? You have some like really nice pictures on there.
What do you mean?
Like you got like a cool art piece with like this like flaming.
Oh, that's actually
cool.
Yeah. Well, that's an artist did that in Arizona. Yeah,
okay,
he does actual artwork. Yeah, no, he's
dope.
He's super cool. But all the pictures that like on my social, I don't take pictures. Like that's not my thing. I don't, and I barely post on social media. I'm not like a big. I scroll the social media. I mean, but I'm not like a big poster. We got like team photographers.
Oh, and they just like hand it to you?
Well, so they have like this app. It's called Socialite.
Oh, okay.
And so literally any picture that like the NFL media takes or like your team takes, they just upload it straight to this app and you have it on your phone.
That's badass.
So
you
that's
just check out all the pictures of yourself.
So you know.
Oh my god.
Walk-ins, walk-in fits, games. Sidelines coming out of the tunnel when you're a starter.
That is badass. I wish I had one of those.
Yeah, no, it's dope.
Come with me to Mossburg. I need some pictures there.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah. So you're on Facebook, Instagram, you on Twitter?
I am on Twitter.
Yeah.
Instagram, Trystan Colon. I think my handle is still T Castillo 55. I have to because I'm verified. I have to go through like a whole process to be able to change my handle or something.
Right.
So I just didn't want to mess with it. So it's still T Castillo 55, but Trystan Colon Castillo, and that's linked to my Facebook. So Facebook's the same thing, Trystan Colon, and then my Twitter is T Colon 55.
Beautiful. Well, brother, thanks for coming on. I had a blast talking to you.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, great to meet you. Yeah,
appreciate you having me on. I enjoyed it.
You have a little more off season. Maybe we can get some training in at old Mossburg.
Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah, get it in.
Are you into jiu-jitsu? We need to get you rolling a little bit.
I've been rolling a little bit. I rolled last weekend.
Where at?
At Moss's.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
that's a great place to do it.
We'll see if I'm back on the rolling. But
it's a different thing for sure.
Oh yeah, it gets a little too tiring for me.
Just yeah, us big guys, dude, we're moving a lot of weight around. You just got to flow roll. That's what I say.
Next thing you know, I'm sitting here in a triangle choking myself, and I'm like, this isn't for me.
Triangle. Not fun. All right, we'll get something in.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate you.
Cool, man. Thanks so much. All right, thanks for listening to Sci-Fi and Friends podcast. What is this, episode number 87? I believe it is. I hope you enjoyed that. Go follow Trystan on all the social media. Keep up with him as we'll see what happens on Monday. And, yeah, thanks for listening. Everybody have a great week. Peace.
Sci-Fi wins.